Live in the East Valley? Dial up 95.9 FM to listen in. Stream us live everywhere at 1580thefanatic.com or download the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app from the App Store or the Google Play Store. We are 1580 The Fanatic, your new home for sports.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Arizona's deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf-blind community is disproportionately unemployed. Those of us that do have jobs are typically underemployed, and that should be, for all of us, unacceptable, especially when you consider we tend to be more productive and continually rate high for quantity and quality of work. To learn more about the Let's Get to Work initiative, visit changeyourperception.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
Uncertain times can lead to fearful investing, which could leave you in a bad spot, especially if you're trading on emotion. When tumult opens and closes the market, you need sound advice.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. If fear has you in its grips, it's time to take a look at your investments. At Compact Asset Management, we specialize in providing complete wealth management solutions to help you reach your financial goals, no matter where the market goes. Dial pound 250 in your cell phone and say talk to Mo for a free portfolio review. We will also discuss how we can work together to create your customized retirement plan. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo, and let us help you take the fear out of your portfolio. Again, call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it. All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil there in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are in the Summit Mail Medical text line, 888-368-1580. Yes, the power was on all day today, so that's good. Yeah. Some very nice things happened last night. We will talk about here in just a minute, and looking forward to a fun weekend. Hope you guys are too. Thanks for being with us. And we put a poll up on the Twitter there. It's kind of interesting because, Randy, remember when we used to be the only people putting polls up on the Twitterverse? Yeah. And then everybody started copying us, and then I was just like, I don't want to do polls anymore. Well, why not? Well, because everybody else is doing polls. I don't care anymore because I like to do original things. But then I was having a thought. You know how I do. I was having a thought.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Yeah. And it came to mind. Who would you rather hang out and have beers with? Of the broadcasters. Now, when I say broadcasters, I don't mean play-by-play. I don't just mean booth guys. It's sort of a combination of them all. So here are your choices. And if you go to @1580 The Fanatic on the Twitter, you can vote there. So here are the choices. All Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw, and Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. Those were the choices. And I think some people might look at that and go, well, I like that guy, but I don't care about that guy, but I might suffer the other guy to get to that guy. So when you make your decision on who you'd rather hang out and have beers with, you have to kind of take that into consideration. So
that's on the Twitterverse, you say?
Yeah, at 1580 The Fanatic. There's a poll right there on the station site. And then the fellas in the morning show were like, Chief and Dale. I'm like, can't put those guys on. They're asleep at 7 p.m. There's no way that we could have beers with those guys. So, Phil, I'll let you go first. Who would you rather hang out with of those guys and have a beer with?
This is not even a contest. It's Bradshaw and Long right there.
Really? Why do you say Bradshaw and Long?
Well, one, Bradshaw's practically drunk all the time anyways, just with his energy. So I think him even more drunk. I love it. And then Long, he's got connections into the NFL right now with his sons playing. And then he's probably got a couple of great stories with the Raiders that he can't tell on air. Outside of that, everybody else doesn't seem entertaining to me.
It seems like it would take a while though to loosen up Howie Long and get him to talk. And he'd just sort of be sitting back watching Terry Bradshaw make an ass of himself, like every Sunday morning when they do the football. But hey, listen, that's your answer. I respect that. That's not it's not bad. A couple of Hall of Famers right there, a quarterback and a defensive guy. And both of them would have some great stories. The only reason I couldn't do the Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw thing is my wife once did a thing, and Terry Bradshaw was there, and some kid came up and asked for an autograph, and he was very mean to the kid. So my wife, ever since, every time she sees Terry Bradshaw on the TV, she's like, "That is not a nice man." And I was like, "Well, maybe he was just having a day." And she's like, "No, he is not a nice man." But then I've seen him be very nice with other people, so I mean, I believe her, I trust her, but I like to give everybody a benefit of the doubt on that. So. But I can't choose Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw. Randy, who do you choose of these four groups?
Mark Grace and
it's not on the list.
Let's see, Mark Grace
not on the list. You can't choose people not on the list. It's Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, or Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, or Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw, Al Collins, Chris Collinsworth. You don't get any other choices.
I don't vote in polls.
I didn't put that one up there, oddly. I don't know why I didn't. It just shows you how long it's been since we've done a poll, because usually I give that as a choice. So come on, man.
I guess Bradshaw and Long, I guess. I don't particularly care for Chris Collinsworth. Al Michaels, I think, is he wouldn't even realize I was there.
It's not that bad.
Shaq and Barkley wouldn't care if I was there or not.
This is not the low self-esteem moment, Randy. These guys are hanging out having a beer. Of course they're going to care you're there.
I think it's probably
Larry
Bradshaw.
Fitzgerald cared you were there when we were hanging out with him.
Well, that's Larry Fitzgerald. He's not on the list. I have a beer with Larry Fitzgerald every day.
This is not the athletes, time. This is the broadcasters. Why do you got to make this so difficult for me?
I'm not trying to make it difficult. I don't see anybody on there that I want to have beers with.
So none of the above. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What if you had to? If you had to, who would you choose?
I just said Bradshaw and Long.
Okay. Fair enough.
The rest of those guys I don't care anything about.
So for me, I like Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth. I like Chris Collinsworth, I think, better than you do. But I really just want to sit there and talk with Al Michaels. Really?
Here's a guy that can catch a football.
I'm not done yet.
Really?
I'm going to talk about all of them.
Yeah, outside of the entrance for
Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw. Same reason Phil says. A lot of great stories, a lot of great history there. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo. I think I'd be bored to death and probably want to punch Romo in the face when he kept trying to be funny. And then Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley. That's actually the one I would choose, because those guys are just naturally entertaining and funny. Shaquille O'Neal might buy me a car because, that's how he does.
No,
I'll just make a comment like, wow, I had a little trouble getting my car started.
So you would start off
suddenly
with that?
I'm like, you're like, hey, take mine. I'm like, I got a new whatever he's driving that day. So in Charles Barkley, it'll be fun to sit there and have a beer with, because he's going to talk a lot of funny crap. Plus, he might throw a midget through a window. You never know what could happen with those guys. So that's my choice right off the top right there. But everybody has their own reasons. I think some people might want to hang out with Jim Nantz because they love golf and just sort of ignore Tony Romo. Some people may want to talk to Al and ignore Chris. Some people may want to go either way with Howie Long or Terry Bradshaw. I want to have fun with Terry Bradshaw, or I want to get serious with Howie Long. So everybody has their own reasoning. So let's find out. 888-368-1580. Bala 51 says, of course, Donkey Phil wants to hang out with a Raiders legend.
Listen, during that time that Howie Long played, those Raiders are legendary. I mean, that's the John Madden era right there. I listen. I don't have any love for the Raiders, but you got to respect history when it shows itself. Howie Long, though, do you know how many illegal drugs were probably used in that locker room before a game and after a game? I can't wait.
You think by Howie Long? He doesn't look like the kind of guy.
not by him.
He looks like the kind of guy who'd be like telling on people.
Yeah. So that's why. That's precisely why.
Howie Long looks like a massive narc.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean that in a nice way. I just mean the dragnet
in the nicest way possible. Nobody could trust him.
Well, I have to say that because he lives in Fountain Hills or something. So if he's driving through, it's like, I'm gonna beat the hell out of that guy. Bala 51 says, "Hey Randy, Eeyore, do you need a shot?"
Do I need a shot? No. I'm not being Eeyore. I just don't see anybody on the list here that I particularly want to hang out with.
President Wallet says, I'd like to hang out with Howard Cosell and Muhammad Ali. And I'm with Randy.
Cosell
says, I think these choices suck. I thought these were great choices. These are, listen, hey, everybody.
Well, these are the available
that I did not put on there Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Okay.
Yeah, well.
There'd be a 0 percentile on this poll right now on the Twitterverse. We've got 71.5% say Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, 7% say Nance and Romo, 14.5% say Bradshaw and Long, and 7% says Michaels and Collinsworth. So a huge amount of people say Shaq and Barkley. I think you got to admit that would be damned entertaining, though.
If you can understand them.
Of course you can understand.
You can't understand Shaq because of the volume.
You sit right next to Shaq to make sure you can hear Barkley.
And Barkley, he'll go on a rant about the shrimp scampi that you won't even understand.
Listen, I know that going in. Eventually, they'll get a little tired because they're easily winded. And then I'm going to ask a question.
Shrimp scampi on the menu. I've never seen anybody play like that. The shrimp scampi.
What the hell are you doing? Foghorn Leghorn?
No, that's Charles Barkley.
That is horrible. Okay, yay.
Terrible.
You can do Shaq. Don't ever try to do Charles Barkley's voice again. Fed fan says Shaq and Barkley, hands down. Plus, maybe they'll pay off all my bills. See, that's the thing. That is the plus with the stories about Shaquille O'Neal lately. Lacrosse guy says, I would suffer through Chris Collinsworth just to get to Al Michaels. And Beer Bob said, sorry, Phil, you're wrong. Hands down, got to be Shaq and Chuck all day, every day, upstairs, downstairs, bam.
What are they doing to Shaq and Barkley and all these?
He's just saying you're wrong.
No, he went above him.
By the way, let me just defend. Nobody's wrong. It's your choice. It's a personal choice. Randy decides to stay home and play with his dog. Phil wants to talk to Howie Long and Terry Bradshaw. There's no wrong answer on this. Boomer Sooner says, all right, let's get it out of the way. Shut up, Phil. Good day, gentlemen. Friday. Can I get a beer, please? And by the way, Randy, yesterday, that Boomer Sooner was awesome.
Well, thank you very much. Let me get that beer for you. There you go, right there. There's one icy cold right out of the old beer fridge for you. And thank you very much.
Seahack says, happy Friday, gentlemen. Randy, how about a tall Jameson? First day off I've had in months.
There you are.
Oh, that's right. Seahack is an accountant. And I thought you'd still be busy even right now, Seahack, because they pushed back the filing date because of the old COVID thing. So, but hey, good for you getting the day off. All right. Heelbin Mike says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Woke up at 1:30 this morning with what I always call the 24-hour bug. Man, I feel rough, but not too much, not too rough to tune in. Suns rule and shut up, Phil.
Wow.
There you go. Thank
You're
you,
in a Friday
Mike.
mood. Heelbin Mike.
Hope you feel better. King Kitten says, hey guys, sup?
Meow, meow.
Yeah.
I think Phil's in a bad mood. Phil's a little slow on his sup to King Kitten.
I'm a little distracted. There's some women's gymnastics on, and what? I got to tell you.
Turn it off.
Yeah, right. You're right. It's not good for the show.
All the way back to the days of old Eric Cohen, I knew when I'd lost him to the TV, and I started making him turn it off. And he was always like this damaged little child whenever I do that. Like, turn it off. But no, turn off the TV.
You're right. I'm going to watch the replay of the Diamondbacks destroying the Nationals.
There you go.
It's better for the show.
So I called my buddy Keon, who is a Washington Nationals fan, and I said, "Hey, sorry about what happened with the Diamondbacks last night." And he's like, "I didn't want to talk about it." I'm like, "Sorry, not sorry." See, look, did I use that right, millennials? I said, "Sorry, not sorry."
No,
yeah. Or is that like when Dad would say, "Not," and you're like, that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's pretty old. It's like lit right now.
Bruce Jacobs says not. Let's see. Chief says, I've ran into Chuck in Scottsdale one night. We had some girl hanging with them. They were questionable in age. Can't be around that. So I would go with Nance and Romo in the hope of making friends and parlaying that into a round of golf at Pebble with Romo. See, here's what you get Nance walking along calling the match while you get your ass kicked by Tony Romo at golf.
Yeah, I mean, Nance lives right there. He lives at Pebble on the damn golf course.
He has his own private golf course in his backyard. It's like kind of a golf course. I saw that on Peyton's place with Tom Brady. Him and Tom Brady went to his house and started chucking shots into the sighting.
Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says, happy Friday, Fourth Dimension. Tiger Woods is redoing his private practice facility at his home in Jupiter, Florida. I guess he's making it more handicap accessible.
Oh my.
Wait, did something happen today that I don't know about?
Wow.
No, I just that.
No. Berg says, suck it, Phil. Lakers suck. Go Suns. My goodness. I think that's one of the first times we've had a Go Suns from the Berg in many, many years. So
many moons.
Nice to see that back, Berg. Boogie says, hey, Randy, I announced the local quail races in Ahwatukee. So I'm an announcer. Well, we could hang out and drink.
Hey, I'd like that.
No, you can't. It's only the people on this damn list. You can.
So I can't hang out and have a beer with somebody that wants to, that announces the damn quail races.
Not in reference to this poll, you can't. Now we can just hang out with Boogie. That's no big deal. Sure, you can hang out with Boogie. But I'm saying, all right, here's the night, all expenses paid. You have to hang out with one of these duos. That's the whole thing here. So stop trying to hang out with Boogie. Boogie, stop trying to hang out with Randy.
Yeah,
you can your ass can just sit at home, Randy. You get nothing. Yeah. You get nothing. And
I'd like that. I'd like that. Thank you.
888-368-1580.
I mean, if you would put somebody else up there as a little more interesting, maybe I would go for it.
These are great choices.
These are the modern choices.
These are great choices right now. Now I'm going to put a bunch of dead people up there. I'm going to put a bunch of people, come on. I just be thankful I didn't put up Joe Buck and Aikman.
Shaq and Barkley are way too tall for me. They wouldn't even see me.
I'm not asking you to dance with them. Sit down and have a beer and some chips, Randy.
He's got that velvety voice. I'd probably fall asleep. And like you, I'd probably punch Romo.
It's likely.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not good. It's not a good pick for me, any of those guys.
Yes. I didn't know this is going to be such a hard thing.
Yeah.
Wilbur says Shaq and Barkley all day. And Schaefer Light is the worst beer ever made, but it was cheap when you're in high school.
All righty.
Josh says Chris Collinsworth days are numbered, so bring on Drew Brees. Oh, I guess maybe it will be someday, Drew Brees and Al Michaels. Although Al Michaels' days are numbered too.
Here's a guy I like to see go over the middle and catch the ball.
Seahack says every April 16 is Lake Day. I could take a whole weekend out there, no matter what the due date is. Also, first day I can listen start to finish in months. Oh, well, I wish we'd put together a better show.
Yeah.
King of Kittens sent his picture of his kitten. All right, thanks. Bob Sharushki says, hey, happy Friday there, fellas. Of course, the correct answer to your poll is Al Michael and Mike Ditka. It's not a choice. It's not a choice.
Mike Ditka, I would sit and have beer with him. Yeah, all day. Beer and a nice cigar. Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, be fun to talk to Romo and be like, it's weird they have you announcing playoff games there. We all know you don't show up in the playoffs. Then get Romo to punch me, and then I win. Lawsuit.
Yeah. Well,
that's well thought out by Baker's Cocky Hens. Kiss the Cook says, my thought of the day, Tiger Woods has gone from making blood money on the golf course to making crypt money. Ooh. Okay, that's a long way to go for that one. Wow. King of Kittens says there's a sports bar and grill in my North Phoenix right here called The Burg, Burgh. Never seen it, never heard of it, but I believe you. I thought this would be a fun thing to talk about, but I didn't realize it was going to anger and upset so many people. Just who you'd rather hang out and have beers with.
Who's angry? Who's upset about it?
Nobody's grumpy about it.
I'm a little grumpy just because I don't want to hang out with any of those guys.
All right. You don't have to. Let's get happy. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about
get happy.
what happened last night. This won't make Phil happy, but it'll make us happy. Sacramento Kings 114, Suns 122. So yes, another win for the Suns. It's the 10th straight at home. DeAndre Ayton jumped up there and he got himself 26 points. And it was a good game for DeAndre Ayton. It was just, a solid guy. I know it's the Sacramento Kings, but actually, the Sacramento Kings, for as bad as they are, they haven't been playing the worst basketball. They just don't know. They just don't know how to win. Shut up, Phil. I'm not building them up into being something they're not. You listen to the whole sentence, Junior. I said, but they are playing better than they have been. I am not saying that happened last night. The Suns have just kind of put on the coasters, got through the game, and that's the end of it. That's all there is. And it's another win. Pile another one up there. 40 wins, 15 losses. There you go. And he's just grumpy because the Lakers could not quite get it done against the Celtics.
So we're just gonna gloss right over the fact that the Kings have lost like now 9 in a row. 9 in a row.
How many in a row is that now for the Lakers? That's quite a few.
Oh, they haven't lost many in a row. Just one to the Celtics, who needed to bring back their starters because the Lakers ended the game on a 22-2 run.
Do you guys have any starters right now?
Well, I mean,
Anthony Davis has been cleared for full contact practice.
Yeah, he's browing a return right there.
Yeah, it's going to be a miraculously well-timed return too, isn't it? Yeah, it's almost like somebody planned it.
Almost like somebody is planning an excuse for when they lose to the Lakers in the playoffs.
Hey, listen, if the Suns lose to the Lakers, they deserve to lose to the Lakers. But I'm not convinced that anybody was actually injured on the Lakers. They're just sitting out, little poolside action, and they're just doing load management without getting the eye of the league or the fans against them. I believe that with all my heart.
The eyebrow. See what I did there?
I don't get it. Are you saying Phil has weird eyebrows?
No.
Yeah, I just did mine.
I see him in there plucking them all the time.
Davis.
That hurts.
I don't know. I know Randy's kind of in a bad mood. People. Yeah, well, let's just take a break and see if we can just shake that off.
I'm going to go watch some women's gymnastics.
Yeah, it's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's spring. Time to take in a breath of fresh savings on appliances at the Home Depot's Spring Savings Event. In-store, online, all season long. Save on top appliances from top brands. Plus, get free and flexible delivery on any appliance $396 or more. From cooking and cleaning to washing and dry. Your timing couldn't be better. Bring on spring with the Spring Savings Event now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last, valid through April 28th.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. Like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and have kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
Our beautiful daughter, Ashley, was only 12 years old when a distracted driver went to the light and ran into our van. When an email comes over your phone or a phone call or voicemail, it's not worth it.
Life is more important than your phone's beep. Stop the distracted driving, Arizona, please. Sponsored by the Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Aired in cooperation with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
It's party time in Cleveland. The city isn't celebrating a pro sports championship.
Do they even have pro sports championships in Cleveland?
Anyway, the NFL has chosen Cleveland to host the 2021 NFL Draft, and your exclusive home of the NFL is all over it.
Like a rash between your thighs on a warm summer day.
It's the NFL Draft Live, April 29th on your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatics.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And tonight, you got the race set up with Randy White, 6 p.m. And, of course, we have a race this weekend, the Toyota Owners 400. That is on Sunday. So, Randy, fill us in. What's going on the race setup tonight?
Well, I don't want to give too much away of the show, but Chief and I will talk to our good friend Jeff Striegel from MRN, and we'll get you set up for the race this weekend at Richmond at the fabled and famed Richmond Raceway in Virginia. And, we're just kind of looking ahead, talking, breaking it down for you, what to expect at this 3/4 mile D-shaped track.
All right. So there you go. That is 6 p.m. tonight. Then you'll hear it again 7 a.m. tomorrow morning here on 1580 The Fanatic. So I thought this was a good thing. And but yes, Phil, go ahead. Phil.
I have a question. Why did we come back and there was no Phil Collins? I did not feel the love tonight.
Somebody didn't do the work. Somebody.
Well, Jeffrey, I'm sad that you didn't.
On their own weekend, this is supposed to be your Friday, your Classic Rock Friday. You didn't say, here's the band I want and have it approved. And then you didn't go get the music. So Phil Collins, I like him, not approved. But you didn't make the effort to make your case for it. So, yeah, I guess today on Classic Rock Friday, since it's Phil's turn, he didn't do the work. Yeah. You just have to have regular music. Well, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'll apologize on behalf of Phil, the Daily Blender, and CRC Broadcasting Incorporated.
We'll see in about 18 minutes.
No, we won't see because I am not approving Phil Collins. So you better start making some new suggestions, and then Randy and I will think about it.
Well, you said no to share as well. I mean, I'm really running out of options
right?
here.
That I said no to share.
I'm grasping at straws.
All right, well, get some better straws.
Does that surprise you that Jeffrey said no to share?
I'm absolutely stunned.
I mean, why don't you just ask for John Denver?
If
just
I
go right
to the
right to the end there.
If I wasn't sitting down, I'd be bowled over right now, right at this moment.
Yeah, no to share, no to John Denver, and probably no to the next thing you say. I'm just guessing it's going to be horrific. So until you come up with something good, we're just going to go with the regular Blender music today. John, this is your own fault.
Absolutely devastating. I feel like I've been robbed.
Chase you around for something.
I've been deprived.
You deprived yourself.
I've been reprimanded.
You yourself, son. You played yourself. I know that's from a movie, but I've never seen it. Fed Fan says, hey, for all you Federer haters out there, suck it. Nadal lost on clay to Rublev. Yes, the king of clay lost. I didn't. What are there Federer haters? Who hates Roger Federer?
Apparently there are.
How many people who hate Roger Federer that you've come across, Fed Fan? I didn't know there was an uprising. I had no idea. I know that not a lot of people like that Djokovic fella. Nadal, I didn't know. I think you're a little bitter towards him, but I don't know anybody else who hates Federer. See, we're new to this whole tennis thing. You're going to have to help us out. King Kenton says, Phil, the size of a postcard. His effort, postcard-like. Kiss the Cook says, not on your list. Nice to have a beer with Don Shula because my cousin played for the Dolphins and Earl Campbell. Hey, should we tell him? Don Shula died. Pretty sure he did.
But how? He's undefeated.
Never lost. Death is undefeated. Chris the Cook says no Pink Floyd, Jefferson Airplane, REO, BTO, ELO. Come on, Phil.
Well, I was really thinking, I was really going to go out on a limb and really just see if this would work for you. How about Peaches and Herb?
No. Sorry, can't do it. Fed fan says, "Oh, I have never heard anybody say they don't like Federer. I just wanted to say, suck it." Josh says, "I don't hate Federer. It's hard to hate a neutral Swiss." King Kitten says, "I want Roger Federer's watch." The Jet says, "Who really cares about tennis?" And Phil sucks. Hey, fellas, by the way, happy Friday. Anyone having a beer today after work, or is it just me? Get this man a beer, and I think an awful lot of people are going to be having a little something after work there. Let's see here. Good Cat says, "I can barely hear you over the lawnmower. Hey, Randy, can I have a beer?" There you go. Hope you can hear it. Roll Tide Ryan says, "Okay, I've been a Lakers fan for 30 years now, and I will always wrap the Lakers win or lose seasons."
Well, no, rep them, not wrap them.
Oh, see, I'm glad you can read Roll Tide Ryanisms because a lot of times the way he types, I don't get it.
Yeah, so, we Laker fans, we stick together. We understand each other's language.
You understand each other's illiteracy. Gotcha. Yeah. Sun Devil Raul says, "I wouldn't mind smoking a blunt with Bob Brenly." He's not on the list. Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Yep. Suns beat the LeBrons last night. King James, Knicks also beat the Lakers recently. Davis will be back hurt again before you know it in the playoffs." Come on now, let's be real.
It's interesting that he put the LeBrons. I understand it's a Kings reference, but still it doesn't make sense since within the division and their rivals are the Lakers. And
he says LeBron's King James, more like King Lames. All right, everybody, high five. No, okay. Wilbur says, "Okay. Delete the boo button. You've lost your privileges."
That's the first time today.
Unsanctioned boo button.
Wait. So I have to ask you, hey, can I boo right here?
You've shown an absolute disregard for good timing on it. Maybe, yeah. Mr. Wilbur says, "I'd hang out with Al McCoy all night long and let him play the piano and entertain me." Well, that sounds very romantic.
You're the piano man.
Yeah, there you go.
Random Texter says, "I really want to hang out and have beers with the crew from the Daily Blender in the Fourth Dimension. Man, I miss those days." We do too, and soon we shall do so again. We promise. We're making plans. Boogie says, "Tennis is awesome on the Nintendo Wii. How about some Green Day? Maybe some Offspring. Come on, Phil, you can choose better."
I was thinking perhaps a little Roller Coaster of Love.
Roller coaster.
Yeah.
Ohio players.
So Helibin Mike says, "Phil seriously needs BTO. Take it like a man."
BTO.
By the way, I played pool for a beer with Barkley at Styx in '93. Super cool dude. I had to buy. King Kitten says, "I'm putting the Pink Whitney back in the fridge." Dude,
Whitney
why
Houston.
Do you have that?
Whitney Houston.
No, classic rock. Okay, you're done. Nope, no more. You get nothing else. No choosing for Phil.
Wow.
0%.
It's been a bad day for
Phil. Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Maybe Phil can somewhat get his way. Play some Genesis." Yeah, I like the Peter Gabriel Genesis. So you're looking at the wrong guy. What do you say, Randy? Peter Gabriel Genesis or Phil Collins Genesis?
Yeah, probably the Peter Gabriel. Yeah.
Even though it was a weirder kind of thing, it was still a better kind of thing.
Yeah,
Peter Gabriel
is
more
pure rock.
Yeah, and also about 10 times the musician, 10 times the voice, 10 times the entertainer that Phil Collins is.
Well, maybe entertainer, but everything else, yikes.
Everything else, I stand by.
I don't think so.
Navy Brad says, "I'm looking forward to the day I'm able to meet the both you guys and Phil." Random Texter says, "Didn't Phil just sing really good song? What about some Billy Joel?" Billy Joel would drink all the beer. That's oh no, we're talking about beers with him. Sorry, I got confused. We were talking about having beers with people, and Billy Joel. I'm not really feeling that as I don't know.
That is the standard of classic rock.
He's a standard of pop. He's a pop star.
What are you doing?
He was a pop star in the 80s.
What is wrong with you?
piano music, the way he played it, that's not rock.
We didn't start the fire.
Oh, that was a horrible song in the 80s.
And
horrible song.
Yet it's aged gracefully like a fine wine.
Badly.
Has it though? Has it?
Let's see. Boogie says Phil has no idea how to boo. He's the worst ghost ever. He needs to find a life because this isn't working for him.
Yikes. It's a bad day for you, Boogie, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it's Friday. I'm glad that you're joining us.
Can't wait to see today's picture there, Boogie. Chris the Cook says, wasn't the question, who would you rather? I don't remember the question saying the person had to be alive. Well, the question is, who would you rather? And I gave you 4 choices. This wasn't, like an essay portion of the quiz. This was an B, C, or D kind of thing.
That's the Twitter poll question. Who would you rather? Yeah.
See, this is why we don't do polls.
Well, see, now that seems inappropriate. Who would you rather? Oh.
It wasn't murder, bleep, or Mary.
Yeah.
Good Cat says, next thing you know, Phil's going to be picking the Mamas and the Papas or Captain and Tennille. That hurts. Josh
Dale
says,
Hellestrade loves the Captain and Tennille.
Paul Simon, is that an option? No, it's not an option.
No.
I put him in the same category as Billy Joel.
They're
musicians, they did songs, but that doesn't mean make them rock.
Yeah.
Trust me. All right, so let's stop. You're distracting me, Phil. I'm trying to think here.
You know why? Because it's good music.
No, because I was just plotting ways of killing you 3 different times in my head as I was trying to go on to the next thing.
Kind of feeling that. Yeah.
The Jet says, I bet Phil Des Pools. I bet Phil Des Pools.
See, he's not a Laker fan. I can't read that.
I don't understand what that means. Boogie says, I choose the Thursday night college team, Hasselbeck and McAfee. Okay, that wasn't a choice, but okay, I'm done. Watch this.
Oh.
And so it begins, the beginning of the end.
I ain't reading any more of these damn answers. Oh, there you go. Captain Dale Hellestrade. Captain and Tennille forever.
Oh, yeah. He loves that great. Muskrat love.
We ain't playing it. All right, so DeAndre Ayton had a big night. The Suns beat the Kings. Phil's not impressed, but it's a nice another win put on the pile on the same night that the Lakers fall short. I think to give them credit, they did mount a pretty good comeback right there. But that just wasn't enough. And at least you'll get Anthony Davis back soon from his pretend injury. All right. So let's talk about yesterday. We had the game on in the studio when we were hanging out, but how about that 11-6 over the Nationals? And I just got to say, wow, Corbin, $140 million, 6-year deal.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
10 runs in the first 2 innings.
Oh my God. What is going on with that guy? Corbin, that's a lot of money to get shelled like that.
Yeah, it certainly does prove the point that he's not an elite pitcher. The guy when he was with the Diamondbacks, we had him at. This is one of those rare times where we actually got the best out of him before he went somewhere else, and he wanted out of Arizona so bad he didn't want to stay here. And so he went to Washington, and guess what? Anytime a team can go in and throttle a guy that doesn't think highly of you, the air is sweeter, the water tastes a little fresher, the food tastes a little better. So, yeah, he had that coming. So, good. We move on. Today it's going to be Taylor Wiedner against Max Scherzer. We'll see what happens there. Max Scherzer got roughed up in his first outing, so the Diamondbacks, if they can keep hitting, they can get to Max Scherzer.
So yesterday, another thing, if you're superstitious, they had a crowd of 6,666. They had the mark of the beast.
Oh boy.
Times 10. 666 and a 6. Is that like more evil, or is that undo the evil?
Oh yeah, no, that's multiplied evil.
Is that actually
evil to the power of evil, right?
All right, so there's a whole lot of evil there, and you got what you had coming to you, Corbin, and enjoy all that damn money because he's set for life. I mean, I guess. Yeah.
Well, he is. It's not like he's going to give it back. So. I was just happy to see the bats making some noise for the Diamondbacks. I was glad to see this lineup actually putting some, crooked numbers up on the scoreboard. So
Now, as nice as that was to see 11 runs, well, not all of them came from a grand slam or a single shot. One came from a walk. Another one, they hit a batter with bases loaded. And then there was an error out there. So 8 of the 11 runs you give proper thumbs up on. But the other 3, it's just the Nationals being the Nationals. And that's all right. We'll take it. We'll take it.
And isn't that weird? Because this Nationals team was just in the damn World Series a couple of years ago as champions.
Yes.
And look at how far they've fallen.
Well, guess what? Let me rewind back to 2001 when the Arizona Diamondbacks won the World Series. And then they sold the team. They sold off all the players that got them there. And I was like, wait, why are we changing all these people? And there goes the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, because the recent trend in baseball has been that teams have been pushing their chips all into the middle of the table and paid for it years afterwards. But it's worth it for that 1 year. The lone exception to that being the Yankees.
They want another year. Why don't they say, look, we've got this. Let's keep this and let's win again for our fans.
It's because very rarely do you. Usually, it ends at a crescendo of a player's career year, and that comes up on a payday. So therefore, even if they have 2 elements of their team, one's a young ascending asset, another's a young ascending asset, but maybe a pitcher, you can't pay for both. You just realistically can't unless you're a Yankees or a Dodgers. And so therefore you have to let one go. You have to trade one and hopefully get something in return.
So all these ascending asshats, they can get their money.
Well, you'd think so, but the Arizona Diamondbacks, they have a self-imposed hard cap.
You're calling them ascending asshats. I think
I said assets.
Horrible. The Jet says, oh, yeah, I can't read that. Fairweather fan says, it is like to have a nice bowl of French onion soup with Phil. I guess Fairweather Dan is saying he'd like to have a nice bowl of French onion soup. Have you ever had French onion soup?
No, I'm more of a potato soup person.
Well, how do you know you're more of anything if you haven't tried it?
Oh, because I don't like it.
I
don't like French and I don't like onions.
That's fair. I don't like either. But I'll tell you what, in a weirdness, I actually do like French onion soup. I don't know why, because you know what's in there, right? It's the soup, which is like a beef base. And then they put the onions in there, but they're sauteed. So they're not like, onions. Randy wouldn't like it, but still, oddly, I like French onion soup. They de-onion the onions, I guess. And then there's a chunk of bread, and it's covered in mozzarella cheese. And it's baked in the oven. You take it out, and you're eating the soup sucks up into the bread, and it just tastes so beefy good.
So it's an intercontinental soup is really what it is. Because
mozzarella hanging on the door when I was doing comedy. This is just something that my mom used to make.
Sounds Frenchy. Sounds too Frenchy for me.
No. It's
no.
Tasty. It's tasty. I'm not even gonna do the horrible French accent mean guy on this because I really like French onion soup. God help me.
Well,
so Fairweather Dan, I'll have French onion soup with you, but you didn't ask for me. You asked for Phil, and Phil's gonna break his heart because Phil refuses to try new things.
Well, Fairweather Dan, he could have the French onion soup, and Phil could have the potato.
Bala 51 says it's mozzarella. He says it's not mozzarella; it's Swiss cheese. Not at my house. My house, it was mozzarella, and it made it better. I guess it was more like Italian onion soup. Bam! There you go.
Could be. Yeah.
Suck it, France. All right, we're taking a break. We'll be back. Let's talk about what's going on with the Cardinals. They went shopping, picked up a few things. Let's talk about that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's spring. Time to take in a breath of fresh savings on appliances at the Home Depot's Spring Savings Event. In-store, online, all season long. Save on top appliances from top brands. Plus, get free and flexible delivery on any appliance $396 or more. From cooking and cleaning to washing and drying. Your timing couldn't be better. Bring on spring with the Spring Savings Event now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last, valid through April 28th.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Monday at 1 p.m., I'll get you caught up on everything happening this weekend, and the Suns start a grueling road schedule on Monday. Coyotes might be getting some good goalie news. I'll get you updated, and can the Diamondbacks keep their bats hot in DC? So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event Monday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Pretty brave, that bonding guy did. They call me on my personal phone number.
Call me personally.
Yeah, putting that sort of thing in front of the fourth dimension, you are really, you're looking to change your phone number soon. That's all I'm going to say. 888-368-1580. Hey, Monday, I'm going to stop by Valley Medical Weight Loss and begin my journey with these guys, trying to drop 25, 30 pounds off the old midsection. And, I'm going to have some serious conversations about the alternatives to getting the B12 shot because, I don't know, I don't like needles. You say it doesn't even hurt, though, huh, Randy?
No.
Okay, so is that just because you're a badass, or is that just because they're just that good?
It doesn't hurt. It's a small little tiny needle. It takes about 2 seconds for the whole thing to happen. It takes you longer to loosen your belt and drop the waistband of your britches than it does for them to actually give you the shot.
Okay, well, listen, I'll give it a shot, and I will see what sorts of things they can do for me. And listen, with the Valley Medical Weight Loss, you can go right in there and get started. No contracts or startup fees. You just walk in the door. You don't even need an appointment. You show up, and they're happy to help you. And they have new patient consultations on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays. Just go to their website, valleymedicalweightloss.com. I'm going to jump in on the Premier Weight Loss Program because I want to hit this hard and I want to drop this weight. And because I got a bunch of clothing in there that actually would fit.
Yeah.
If I lost the weight, I got some great shirts and stuff. I had to buy a couple of Fat Boy shirts, something that's a little larger than I would normally need because, well, now I need, but I don't want to need. So hopefully I'll get that under control and I'll be the best dressed guy at the radio station.
Well,
all right.
All right.
A little bummed out. I have a new Foo Fighters t-shirt and I forgot it. It was downstairs, but because I'm so out of shape, I don't risk going downstairs and coming back up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So soon, I won't be that out of shape. I'll have lost that weight. 888-368-1580. Prison Wallet. You know what's funny about that? I thought Randy was going to say what you just said, and then I was going to make a joke about Phil, but now it's already the opportunity has passed, so I can't say it. It's not about being a baby about the needles. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't want to get poked. Shut up, Phil. Jagdog says, Randy's right. The shot doesn't hurt. I'm down 35 pounds and it's totally worth it.
Hey, good for you, Jagdog. Way to go.
Way to go.
Man, he achieved my goal very quickly. I remember when
Awesome.
Jagdog started talking about it, when Randy was talking about it. That's awesome, man. Senior Wakenbeck says, what's good, duo? Hey, asshat Phil. How'd you like that 40th Suns win, you big flip-flopping flopper, floppity-flop-flopper?
Oh, I love it. I love beating out the Kings, who are on a 9-game losing streak, to two of the worst teams in the NBA as well with them. I love it.
W is a W.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you understand, a W is, nothing like the L's you've become used to since going to the Lakers.
Right.
So
the only L's I know are
here's the
Los
W.
Angeles
This is
Blue
the winning,
Lakers.
and this is. Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little hard to wipe away my tears with
Is
all
it?
these rings on my
I
fingers.
just got to make sure I'm not doing the J accidentally. Cold Trickle incorrectly gives Phil credit for the last song we came back with. It's a great song, Phil.
You're welcome.
You didn't choose it, the computer did. Boogie says, when is the Fanatic signing on the broadcast for Swoggle versus Dynamite? Oh, I know. I saw your video and I want to know, why aren't we? Why aren't we broadcasting the Swoggle versus Dynamite fight? Swoggle is 4 feet 4 inches. Dynamite is 4 feet 5 inches, and it's a fight for the ages. I saw that promo hype video that they made about that, and I'm like, damn, we should air this. We should air this. But no, sadly, I don't think you get a whole lot of fighting matches on the radio. You know, you can do play-by-play for football, baseball, basketball, hockey, even golf, but on the fight thing, that's one you really need to see. I don't know, Randy, did they used to call boxing matches on the radio?
Oh yeah. I can remember plenty of matches, big heavyweight matches. The Ali fights used to be on television and on radio. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, Smokey Joe Frazier. Oh yeah.
Well, it's just a guy sitting there going, and a left, and a right, and jab, left. It's just, you can't really get a full sense of it.
Well, yeah, as a boxing announcer, you know, as a radio boxing announcer, you've got to really paint the picture. You know, Ollie's got him back to the corner. He's working to the body. He comes up with a left jab, another left jab, and then he goes with the right hook, and he stunned him with that. Yeah, you see, you got to get that.
Tell you what, you'd be great at it. You should do it, because I think that's probably the hardest thing to do play-by-play for, because boxing, it goes so fast, and you have to be descriptive, and you have to change it up so you don't become boring. Hats off to you, Randy. I think you'd be excellent doing fight on radio.
Thank you.
King of Kittens, stop sending me pictures of your. Oh, is that a marijuana plant?
Meow meow.
Did you just seriously send me a picture of your marijuana plant, or is that a fern? Oh, by the way, we may have a problem with the nursery. I don't mean where the babies go. I'm talking about where the plants come from. You remember I told you I went and got I got
bluebells,
8 yellow bell plants,
pink bells, yes,
and the yellow bells straight across the back fence there, right? So they've already started to get healthy and happy. You know, you first put a plant in the ground, gets a little shocked, and then it's like, and then whoa, look at me. And all of them except for 2 have flowers on them. And now we're starting to be suspicious that 2 of those plants ain't like the other, that the nursery had mislabeled plants, and now we got them stuck in our yard. So another few weeks of this without any kind of flowers on those things. And I don't know, Randy, what do I do? Do I dig it up, stick it back in a pot, and take it to them, or
you still have the receipt? Then I would dig the damn things up and take them down there to the nursery and say, stick these, somewhere where the sun don't shine, pal.
Well, no,
because
they need
these
a
are
lot
not
of sun.
yellow bells. What?
The plants need a lot of sun. Even if it's not a yellow bell.
Yeah, that's a problem. Isn't it?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. But is that normal? I don't know if that's normal for I mean, because if all the other ones are sprouting
if the
flowers,
other ones, are there any blooms on it whatsoever? Is there any signs that this is going to bloom soon, or have you guys looked at them?
Yes.
And you don't know if you have any blooms.
There's no blooms on those. No.
Well, then I'd pull them out of the ground, and or I would at least call the nursery and say, hey, what's going on? See if they have any recommendation for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Hefty Lefty says, I think that's the Super Devil. Oh, really? The 6,666 they had at the Nationals game when the Diamondbacks whipped their ass.
Wow.
The
Super Devil. There's a hey, you know what the Washington football team can change to? The Super Devils.
Super Devils.
Yes.
That actually, it's not horrible.
The Washington Super Devils taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah,
Thursday
I know
night
who I'm
football.
picking.
Super Devils. Oh, I can see the commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Randy, you should make those.
Retribution coming right at you.
You'll go to hell.
Jeez.
It's a little rough.
And
but
back.
The Eagles fly into hell this Thursday night for NFL football.
That would be what the
as they take
stadium's
on
called.
The Washington Super Devils.
Which stadium do they play in? Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Hades. Navy Brad says, Randy, NASCAR question.
Yes.
How do they keep the lug nuts on the spare sets of tires?
Well, what they do actually, it's very interesting. They've got a silicone type of glue, and I don't know what the official word is. Chief could tell you, but what they do during the race,
Really sticky stuff.
You see the crew members go over there, and they'll put first they will clean the hole of the where the lug nuts go.
And it's good to have a clean hole.
Well, you need to have a nice clean hole. I mean, absolutely.
Excellent.
And they use sort of a wire drill brush looking thing to clean that, and then they will adhere those lug nuts on there with that silicone putty or glue as it is. And then when they put the wheels on, it just automatically the lug nuts just kind of fit on the lugs, and then they hit them with the high speed lug wrench, speed gun there, and bam, 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 and they're done. They move on. Yes, Jeffrey O'Brien,
Yes,
15 Fanatic. Go ahead, sir.
On a hot day, does it sometimes happen that the glue will melt a little bit and the lug nuts just slide off anyway?
No.
Has
No, it
anybody
doesn't
follow up?
Yes, go ahead,
Yes,
Jeffrey O'Brien. Follow up. Yes.
Have they considered using magnetized lug nuts so they could place them on that and then lift it up and put it on there quick?
I am sure that they have gone through all thoughts and options available to them. However, in the car, the next gen car, they will not have to worry about this anymore because that has a single hub on it, a single lug nut mechanism, kind of like Indy cars. So you're going to hit it one time. It's going to speed up the pit stops, and it's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Cool. 888-368-1580. Kiss the Cook says, how about ABBA or Leo Sayer?
Ooh, ABBA.
No. Okay, the answer's no, Phil. The answer's no.
Battle of Waterloo.
Answer's no. Nope. You can play Ya-Ya Ding Dong. Though. You can play Ya-Ya Ding Dong. Let's see. Kiss the Cook says, bench clearing game of the day, Padres and Dodgers. Somebody's going to get plunked by the fourth inning. You watch.
Well, we'll see. A lot of chippiness.
Wazoo Eric says, what's up, crew? Have to say, as a Washington native, I'm excited about the Mariners' start of the season. They're only 13 games in, but currently leading the AL West, and their rookie of the year last year, Kyle Lewis, hasn't even played a single game yet.
Yeah, and they've got a young I can't think of the guy's name. I think he's a Japanese or South Korean pitcher that is lights out for the Mariners. I'll have to look that up, but yeah, they've certainly got a bright future there in Seattle.
Thundar the Santa Barbarian takes issue with my thought that once I lose weight with Valley Medical Weight Loss, that I'll be the best dressed person at the radio station. He says, well, since Phil's wearing a Speedo, not much of a challenge being best dressed around that place. And oh, by the way, for Randy's good news from baseball, Dodgers won again last night.
I hate the Dodgers.
That's not good.
Hey, all my teams are winning. What can I say?
Hey, Randy, you and your many children are here on the text line.
Okay.
You want to guess which one? You go ahead and guess which one of your many children.
Is it the Sarge?
No. Wait, what? Doesn't say the Sarge. No, that's not the Sarge. No.
Is it NASCAR Nick?
No.
Junk Food Jake?
Well, here's the thing. I think it is, but it's confusing because unless he's changed his phone number, he says, Randy, it's your other son, Jacob. Donovan Mitchell got hurt. The Suns are coming for first place now.
Well, that's right, Junk Food Jake.
Junk Food Jake.
However, the Phoenix Suns need to go through this next stretch of games. They've got some pretty good teams, Sixers, the Celtics. They've got some pretty good teams they're going to have to face off against, so they've got to keep winning. And the Jazz need to lose. They're only a game and a half out of first place in the Western Conference, so we'll have to see what happens in the next 4 or 5 games.
And he had x-rays done and they came back negative. So that helps. It helps the Jazz.
Yeah.
New phone, Junk Food Jake. Who dis? Good Cat says Phil blows off the Suns win, but if the crap-stained Lakers won those games, he'd be going crazy and saying how wonderful the asshat douche-stained Lakers are.
The only time you've ever heard me espouse upon the Lakers winning is whenever they beat the Brooklyn Nets or something, and which they did, and it was a very impressive game, especially considering that the Phoenix Suns did not beat the Brooklyn Nets. But I digress.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, please tell Phil to shut the hell up. He has no championship rings on his fingers. He probably couldn't make a basket to save his life. You stinking bandwagon jumper, Phil. That's right. You personally have no.
Actually, no, I have a couple replicas.
Wait. You were not a Lakers fan until just a month or so ago. So you take no credit for any of their championships. There's no proactive. There's no retroactive wins on that.
No. Well, if you recall, I did say that I'm a LeBron James fan, so I've got at least 6 of those.
An ultimate bandwagon. Senior Wake and Bake says
savings on appliances at the Home Depot's spring savings event, in store, online, all season long. Save on top appliances from top brands, plus get free and flexible delivery on any appliance $396 or more. From cooking and cleaning to washing and drying, your timing couldn't be better. Bring on spring with the spring savings event now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last, valid through April 28th.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my job is to provide the best quality service for our customers. Affinity Technology helped us reinvent our business processes, using technology to make us more efficient. I didn't know I needed technology consulting, but my ROI has been off the charts. Affinity Technology has saved us more than 80 man-hours a week and has helped me get back to what I do best, focus on my customers. Visit atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com and see how better technology processes can help your small business.
Free speech is priceless. It is now 13 years since Summit Male Medical started helping men overcome the effects of erectile dysfunction, premature issues, and low testosterone. And the only way we could help was to be able to get the message out that we could help. Thank you, free speech. We've had to deal with these sensitive topics and inform the public that we can help and we guarantee to help with ED, or we won't charge you. These are issues that break apart relationships and then in turn families. And without freedom of speech, we would have not been able to help the tens and tens of thousands of guys here at Summit Male Medical. If you're one of the millions that still need help with ED, PE, or low T, call 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. Free speech. Ideas and information are not to be afraid of, but they should be discussed openly. So make that call to Summit Medical to start that discussion to get you the help you need. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. We are here to help.
You retire only once, so you've got to stick the landing. There are many choices to make when you retire, but choosing the right advisor might be the most important one you ever make. The right advisor can help you avoid mistakes, avoid income shortfall later in life, and help you grow your money with smarter investments. To retire comfortably, you need to know that all your bills are paid, your investments are well chosen, and your income is secure for life. The IQ Wealth Smarter Bucketing System does all of this for you by separating your money into clear and distinct buckets, each with its own specific task and time deadline. You retire only once, but Steve Jurich at IQ Wealth Management helps people retire and stay retired every day.
Advisory services by IQ Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. Custodian Fidelity. Get smart and decisive in 2021. Let's meet soon. Visit IQWealth.com, IQWealth.com, IQWealth.com.
Live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil there in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are in the Summit Male Medical text line. 888-368-1580. Phil, you probably want to call that number, 888-368-1580, because you have a problem getting your fader up. Yeah. So that happened. Flying Monkey says, what the hell's going on down there? You guys painting in the studio or something? Wait, what are you talking about? Painting in the studio? No, Phil sniffs glue on a regular basis. That's that's something we've all learned to live with. King of Kitten says, hey, can Randy be my dad too? I need some wisdom and guidance.
Well, anytime I can provide any help to you, just, you know how to text me here on the program. I'll be glad to help out any way I can.
He's going to start singing like George Michael. I will be your father figure till the end of time. I don't remember the entire song, to be honest.
Does he qualify
that's how it goes.
Does he qualify for Rock Friday?
George Michael?
Yeah.
You're not okay. Phil is not your band from choosing songs.
What about his time in Wham?
Also not rock. What was that? This is my brain starting to overload on the crap that Phil's saying right now. Man, that is not rock, not even close. Some nice music. It was fun pop music. Pop is not rock. Okay.
Listen,
rock,
Jeffrey, can you just have a little faith in me choosing a great artist?
I'm afraid if we played that song, you're going to jump up and start shaking your ass in front of the camera like he did in his video.
Well,
you got to have faith.
Baby. Yeah.
Josh says, Phil, the reason the Lakers beat the New York Brooklyn Nets
please
is
enlighten
because
me.
Kyrie Irving got thrown out in a fight that the Lakers started.
Oh, so what was the issue when the Phoenix Suns went up against him fully healthy and lost to Kyrie Irving being out and Kevin Durant being out? What was the issue then, Josh?
Damn it, Phil, you know they had the COVID.
No, they did not. No,
the entire team had the COVID.
No,
you know that.
No, nobody had COVID. Everybody was on the game.
Right, I might have made that up. Junk Food Jake says, I'm disappointed in Randy. This is actually Jacob Smith. And
Jacob Smith. Oh,
my name is his name.
Jacob Jingleheimer.
Oh, Jacob Smith. Hey, I hope I answered your question.
Hey, you want to tell us who
and
the hell
you need
Jacob
to call
Smith
me.
is,
I need to catch up with you. You need to call me.
Can you share with us who the hell this guy is?
He is like a son to me. He is a young man that my family was very close with another family, and he was the son of that family, and he is like another son to me. He and his brother, Christian, and all of his sisters, they're like family to me. So, Jacob, call me. If you can hear me, you got my number. Call me.
He says, by the way, Suns have already been through the East Gauntlet, and they only lost one. So, by the way, Randy, did you talk to those people who called last night? And I told you about those people. Did you call those people? The people that I stayed behind after everybody left, and I was tinkering in the control room there. By the way, is it better, Phil? Have you noticed that it's better? The microphone in there better?
It's all right.
Yeah. Is that why are you? I try to do something nice for you to put you in a better mood. You're sitting here all sour faced the entire damn show.
I don't get George Michael. I don't get Cher. I don't get Whitney Houston. What?
It's not our fault you have crap taste in music. Okay. I'm
just trying to bring.
I'm just trying to.
That is classic rock.
It's classic
rock, and they rock.
Okay, I don't care about Phil anymore. Anyway, so I was in there. Sort of tinkering and trying to make Phil's life better for him. Something that he has not figured out how to do for me yet. Yeah. And as I'm sitting in there, and I look over and I see a blinky light, and I'm like, the hell am I supposed to do with a ringing phone? I just, okay. So I actually answered the phone, and it was something going, is Randy White there? Like, what the? I'm like, who is this? And it was a blast from Randy's past. So that was just very weird, that timing that I'd happen to be standing there right there at that moment.
Well, I'm surprised you actually answered the phone.
That's what I'm saying. And then I realized, what if Randy owes these people money? I probably should not have.
He probably owes me money.
Oh, good. So now I did the right thing.
He worked overnights when I was at that station. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably owes me money.
Those are not easy people to get off the phone, by the way. They like to talk. And evidently they're lonely. And because they talk to a complete stranger, me, far longer than I was like, well, I got to go. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got to go. What? Oh, okay.
I did not call them. I have not had the opportunity, but thank you very much. And I will call them. And I
ain't answering any more phones at that radio station. That's all
I don't think you should.
Watermelon says, good afternoon, Blender and the fourth dimension. I remember when Phil used to be on point. He would look up answers when you guys didn't know him. Like Randy just couldn't remember the name of the picture. Where is Phil? Where's Phil? Oh, he's right there. He keeps ducking out of the camera shot. That's what he does. Navy Brad says, Jeffrey, that was a great picture you posted with your Navy vet wife. You're a great looking couple. Well, you're half right. She looks great. I'm just a guy standing next to her. I found a picture that I hadn't seen in a while. We were in San Diego, and I put it up on the old Facebook because that's what you're supposed to do.
San Diego.
I say snarky jerk stuff on the Twitter, and I put up nice pictures of my wife on the Facebook. That's what I do.
There you go.
Rob Diz says, speaking of fights, I think that YouTube guy, Jake Paul's fighting. I just want to see him get his ass kicked. Yeah, I ain't paying for it, though. Here's the thing. He's fighting, I can't believe I already forgot his name, the MMA fighter, a guy who was, he was kind of seen as a jerk in the MMA world there for a while, but it turns out he's a pretty good guy. I heard him do an interview with Rome. By the way, Jim Rome, Monday through Friday, 10 to 1 p.m. here on the 1580, The Fanatic.
Ben Askren.
Nice.
Ben who?
Ben Askren.
Askren?
Yes.
Askren?
Yes.
Well, no wonder he was a jerk. He's probably got picked on all the time.
Ben Askren.
All right. So anyway, he's the Jake Paul wanted to fight Conor McGregor, and that didn't happen. And so now he's fighting Jake Askren.
Ben Askren.
Ben
Jake, Grin, Ben, whatever.
Kind of like Ben Affleck.
Sure. Well, anyway, so this clown ass Jake Paul, it turns out he's kind of a bruiser. He actually can kind of fight. But we're going to find out, can he professionally fight? Now, he's trying to box an MMA guy. He's like, why don't you box a boxer, Jake Paul, and really prove yourself to the world instead of trying to pick what you think is low-hanging fruit, people who are in a different fight category. Askren wasn't a striker. He was a jiu-jitsu kind of guy. And in this fight between him and Jake Paul, you can't take him to the ground. It's proper fighting. It's proper boxing. So everybody would like to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked. You can hope it happens, but I really can't say for sure. I wonder if it might not go the other direction. And Askren's just doing this for the money. He's just trying to get paid, and he gets paid one way or the other. So he's like, all right, we'll see what happens. And, he's a humble guy, and I think he's got a good chance. But here's the bottom line. Askren's already getting paid, so I don't need to contribute to this. It's already happened. He's getting paid. So I'll watch this bout like God intended on YouTube later on when somebody steals it and puts it up. I ain't going to pay for it.
God came
Good
forth
going, Jeffrey.
and said, Jeffrey, watch on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, it's just common sense. If it's a fight I really, really, really care about, I'll pay the money. I've done it in the past. Regretted it, but I've done it. Not this one. So
what's the last fight you paid for, Jeffrey?
Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry. Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. The last boxing match was Pacquiao Mayweather, and I was really pissed about that because Pacquiao's just chasing Floyd Mayweather all around the ring, and I'm like, I paid $100 for this. Why doesn't he stop and fight the guy? And then I realized a couple of rounds in that the Mayweather Conor McGregor fight totally fixed, and I was just like, this is bull crap. I ain't paying for nothing again unless it's something really good. And I can't imagine what that would be. It's not going to be McGregor versus Poirier. It's a trilogy. It'd be interesting, but I'm not interested in paying $70, $100, whatever they're going to charge for it. I've been burned.
I just can't afford. I can't afford to pay $70 to watch 46 seconds of a fight. I've seen those where people have invested $100 and then the fight goes like 42, 47 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell I could have bought 10 cigars and had a lot more fun than 42 seconds of a fight.
So that is why they have all the undercards. And if you're lucky, you're going to be watching a night that had some really good and compelling undercards. And that is how I reconciled with myself some of those other UFC fights that went like lickety split. Like when Conor McGregor knocked out Aldo in 14 seconds or under. I was glad that I got to see some of the other bouts because I felt a little ripped off at that moment, but I'm like, I got to see her with my wife. We hung out, we had fun. We watched some of these younger fighters that we don't know anything about, and it was cool. So it was all right. But you don't want to see that all the time. A quick knockout like that, unless you've got money on it saying that that's going to happen, that is not fun for anybody. So as far as it goes to Jake Paul, is that this weekend? Is happening this weekend, right?
No, it's supposed to happen tomorrow night.
Yeah, but that's this weekend, Phil.
That's this
Well, it
week.
could be, but I mean, I just wanted to make
know that
Tomorrow
fits
night,
into Saturday,
night.
Sunday.
Yeah.
If it's like Monday, then no, it's not this
Well,
weekend.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Technically, tonight would be part of the weekend.
Yeah.
That's right. As soon as we're done here,
We're
yeah.
on the it's
It
weekend.
could.
Yeah.
It could be so late that it goes into Sunday morning, and then who knows where that is.
the weekend.
Who
That's
knows?
still the weekend.
We can't even predict when it'll start.
Phil, you've dug yourself into a damn grave.
Maybe
this
it'll
time.
start on Monday.
Okay. All right.
A lot of
I'm gonna-
undercards.
I'm going to have to issue a shut the hell up, Phil. I'm going to have to issue that for you right now.
Yeah, you kind of had that coming. Thundar, the Santa Barbarian, says Phil trying to do Moses impersonation sounds like Phil trying to do any other impersonation.
That
Could
wasn't
you give him
Moses.
some lessons, Jeffrey? Since apparently we're going to have to listen to Phil's impersonations on a regular basis.
That wasn't Moses.
Well, what was that?
That was like God.
Dude, that was no way a God
So
voice.
God saying, the Lord has said. You're saying that's God?
Yeah, have you not read the Bible? There's a lot of self-identifying in there.
All right. You know what, Thunder? I'm gonna teach him something. Now, here's the thing: when you don't got the Randy White type voice, where you can really pull off a voice of God, what you do at that point is do voice
Phil's
of a
got
pastor.
pretty nice. He's got a pretty nice voice.
I didn't say he had a bad voice. I just said he doesn't have the voice of God voice. So what you do instead of that, you do it like a pastor reading the voice of God. And the Lord said unto them that the Cardinals then come out and announce 5 signings. Yes, there are 5 new people on the Arizona Cardinals, and it was good.
Is it a
See, that's what
Swedish
you do.
pastor?
If you can't pull off the God voice, you kind of get creative.
I
You
mean,
gotta do what you got with
obviously,
what God gave you.
It
and
was not
his voice.
Swedish. Obviously, it was one of those reverends from the UK.
It sounded
Or
pretty
at least
close
Monty
to it.
Python.
Maybe.
There was a lot of
Yeah,
Python.
It's exactly the guy from Monty Python.
Yeah,
so
and
there you
And
go.
the Lord did say.
So I was imitating another guy. Bam!
There you go. Yeah.
That's voiceception for your ass.
That is how
For my Ben
spot
Askren.
on Jeffco is done. Yeah.
Horgon says, tell Phil enough of that flaccid rock nonsense. What you're talking about is flaccid rock, not classic rock. Golden Shoe. Well, this is a good question. Was Phil raised by wolves?
You know, my mother would often ask herself the exact same question.
But weren't you raised by your mother?
It was on and off again between her and the wolves.
I was going to say, was she a werewolf?
No.
That's kind of awesome. That's like a TV show, Werewolf Mom.
I'm hairy, but not that hairy.
I'm just saying. Kyle G says Jake Paul has fought a few boxers and won most of his matches. Okay, again, let's be honest though, low hanging fruit. I'm not saying he's not a bruiser. I'm not saying he can't fight, but I'm saying you're not going to get anybody real to fight this and risk it if they're trying to go for a title. He says, well, actually, no, that's why you can't get any boxers to fight him whose names you might know because they're scared that he might actually win. And it looks even lamer than it already is.
Lame-o.
Lame-o, kablamo.
Royale with Cheese says, or just quote Sam Jackson in Pulp Fiction, Phil.
And the
Edited.
Lord
Highly-
said...
Yeah, but that's no. See, now Royale Cheese is going to try to do Sam Jackson, and it's going to sound like Victoria Jackson, and it's just not going to work out. So no, you go with what I said. Floppy Bumper says, Brother Maynard, bring forth the book of armaments. Yes. Luke Lamont says, hi, Randy.
Hi.
Yeah, he says, yeah, it does sound pretty Monty Python, Radio Pal, but that was intentional. That was, I'm trying to teach Phil. Bala 51 says, no, Phil was obviously raised by donkeys. That was a reference to the Broncos, but be careful. That is, we're kind of sort of easing very uneasily into yo mama type stuff. So don't do that to Phil, because then I got to step up and slap back. We ain't doing that to Phil.
The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the inequities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of the darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and then the finder of lost children. Yeah.
It's more like Sam Neill. I don't even know
Sam
what he's
Neill.
doing in there.
That's Sam's Pulp Fiction speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, no, I know the speech, and it's actually from the actual Bible, but
the Bible.
Yeah, you got to just stick with the voices, you know, Phil. Boomer Sooner says back in the day we had classic boxing, Hearns, Sugar Ray, Oscar. Oh yes, I could go on.
Weren't there two Sugars? There's a Sugar Ray.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got a signed glove from Oscar, by the way. Boogie says, Phil, you're a horrible bandwagoner. You leave a great team for an average team. What the hell? I'd say Phil should just go ahead and die, but we've already established that she's a horrible ghost. He can't even boo. Jeez, Boogie is like on fire after you, Phil.
I don't know what I did. I mean, he's obviously a champion. He hasn't won anything recently.
Because we can't air the Swoggle versus Dynamite fight. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's a little upset, isn't he? Yeah.
Boogie is trying to find some place that can have a live play-by-play action of the midgets fighting. And I'm sorry, Boogie. I've been told we can't do it. I apologize. Good Cat says, just found my oldest niece was just assigned to the USS Abraham Lincoln. That's an aircraft carrier for all you guys who don't know. Couldn't be prouder. Thank you to everybody who served or serves. That's great, Good Cat, and nice. What is she gonna be doing there? Is she gonna be doing the thing, or the
Did she hold the ball when they said call the ball, Maverick?
No, I'm thinking about the flashlights where they point. It's like, okay, you go that way. Oh, and take off. You got to do that thing at the end to make sure they actually lift off the deck. So, Good Cat, what is it she's gonna be doing? I'm just curious. Royale Cheese says, okay, now Phil just kind of sounds like Colonel Sanders. I know. We just
come get my Kentucky Fried Chicken for $5 at KFC with some nice and crispy buttermilk biscuit.
What's happening? That's actually not too bad because the Colonel Sanders voice changes all the time.
Yeah.
So who are we to say, right, Randy?
Right.
Yeah, that could have been Jason Alexander's Colonel Sanders.
Could have been. Could have been. Yeah.
Golden Shoe says we should have a cattle shocker to control Phil.
That's a good idea.
Well, it won't work on Fridays, but
I already have a button pre-wired to the studio for the dump delay. All I got to do is switch some wires around, and bam, we've got that. Yeah. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I thought Phil was doing Honest Abe impersonation. He's trying to be Samuel L. Jackson?
Wow.
Huh. Flying Monkey says, sounded more like Freddie Jackson. Am I right? Thundar says Phil may need to work on impersonations there, but his Google flu is passing good, given that he found Pulp Fiction sermon pretty quick using his Google flu. Good work, Phil. Go Broncos and go Dodgers.
Thank you. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Let's go Broncos.
Says Good Cat. Congratulations. Much respect. Meow. ASO says, hey, have you guys changed your policy on name changing yet? I want to go with Knob Goblin. No, I'm not. See, it's not even a policy. When you first came around, we asked, we tried, we were told no. So no. He says, it seems like a lot of the names now are trending in that direction in the past year. Well, we got to be careful with that. He also says, we all know the most badass dude on a Navy ship is the cook. Don't forget about Ryback. Oh, you know what? You're absolutely right. Why is that in every Navy movie? The cook, hey, Cookie, or even like when they're on the trail in cowboy westerns, Cookie was always a badass. What is it with the guy that cooks?
Well, he's got to be a badass. Are you kidding me? He's making the victuals for the whole crew there.
Yeah, keep in mind you got to be adventurous enough to go with these badasses, but you also can't be badass enough to go do it.
And he's left out there by himself most of the time while the cowpokes are out there driving the herd. He's got to be hanging out by himself.
Good Cat says, flashlight? No. Call the ball? No. Radar tech. Wow, good for you. Boy, we apologize. That's a very important job on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
3 pings. Bing. Oh, that's a submarine. Never mind. Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I've got today's man law, and let's talk about these 5 new Arizona Cardinals, Randy. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here here in Arizona. You can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
This is Dale Hellestrade from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 rider with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, Super Bowl 55. Super Bowl 55 is in the history books, but we are kicking up our feet and waiting. The 2021 season has begun.
And there's already been a lot of action.
Because the NFL never takes a nap.
Free agency, pro days, hirings and firings, the draft, training camp, and more.
We will keep you in the know with all the news, insights, and analysis.
Football is always in season here.
Your exclusive home for the NFL and Super Bowl 56.
1580 and 99.3.
The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. I think Fish Tank has been listening to the race setup with Randy White. He says, hey, Randy, every time you have to appeal to Chief for an answer to a question, you know, a redneck gets his wings. I don't know where that came from. By the way, Fish Tank says huge Coyotes game tomorrow against the team they're trying to catch. Me and the lady are going to be there to celebrate the birthday. Then we're going to be tearing up Westgate and stumbling into the hotel right there. Oh, yeah, go Yotes. Hey, have a great weekend, Fish Tank, and be be careful there. Fifth letter, stop sending me pictures of Lakers championship banners and rings. That's all just cubic zirconia. Anyway.
Yeah, if the Lakers win one game this weekend against the Suns in their mini series, I'm going to be so foolish on Monday.
Ooh. We might take the day off. Yeah. Jagdog says, what about Alice in Chains, some Motley Crue, Van Halen, Roth, not Hagar. Yeah, I hear. I don't have a problem with Van Hagar. But David Lee Roth and Van Halen together, that's the gold standard right there. We should definitely do a Van Halen Friday. We can go some deep cuts, right, Randy? There's some stuff most people probably don't even know about this. Also.
Yeah, man. We could drudge some stuff up from way back when for the Van Halen abs. Now you're talking classic rock.
See what I'm saying?
Now you're talking classic rock.
Jagdog says, so once LeBron retires, Phil, who are you going to be a fan of? Crawl back to the 2021 NBA championship Phoenix Suns? No, sir. You may as well take your Speedos and your feather boas and shove them right in your yoo-hoo before the Suns Nations takes you back. That seems a little bit weird thing to say, Jagdog.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo.
No, I love Luka Doncic. He looks very impressive. I think that he's probably the next guy that is going to be the generational face of the league.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's either him or Zion. For me personally, I think I'll probably follow Luka more, but
yeah. It's an interesting thought process. When Michael Jordan showed up, you knew that was going to be a generational face. When Kobe showed up, you knew that's a generational face. When LeBron showed up, you knew that was going to be a generational scowl. But then beyond that, we haven't seen that next guy show up yet. I really don't believe. I know we want to say he has. I know we want to say, oh, that guy. But let's be honest with ourselves. He's not here yet. He's in high school.
Well, I don't know that we know
he's
that.
in college. We have not met the next generational talent.
Well, we could go through a period where there is no quote unquote one person to bear that crown or that face of a sport. And the NFL has done quite nicely for itself not having a Brady, and before the years before that, just residing on fan bases and teams. Before
there's always a guy. There's always a guy.
Who was the guy before Brady?
Elway, Montana,
there
Young.
Yeah, but well, okay. Elway and Montana were in the same era, so you can't say.
I'm just saying. I'm just peppering.
But between Elway and Montana and Tom Brady, there is a gap there that there was nobody. So there may be a gap, a season or two or three.
A very short amount of time.
Sure.
When it comes to basketball, we've been pretty well blessed with even overlap of greatness, and the next greatness hasn't shown up yet. Jagdog says, Randy, can I get a hell yeah crown on the rocks, please? Freaky Friday begins now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, hey, this is a good one. We should write these down. He says, how about a George Thorogood Friday?
All right. There we go. That. George Thorogood. Yeah. That's another goodie.
Floppy Bumper says, if Phil is going to watch Monty Python, he should start with The Life of Brian. Have you seen The Life of Brian?
I have not, but I have seen the Holy Grail. I've been in the Holy Grail. Well, I've been in Spamalot.
Yeah, listen, Holy Grail's great. Life of Brian, for whatever reason, the first time I tried to watch it, it just didn't really hit a note with me, to be honest. Maybe I need to go back and watch that. Meaning of Life, that was pretty good. There's some great stuff in there. Navy Brad says, that's the shooter that sends the jets off the flight deck. Oh, they call that the shooter. Okay.
Shooter.
Somebody was asking a question and it fell off my page here. Did I already? Radar tech is what they call good. Yeah. But then somebody else was asking, I think it was Boogie. Boogie had a question about that, but it's gone. So I apologize for just babbling in your guys' ears. Oh, operational specialist. Good cat. Is that it? Congratulations. Is she an operational specialist? Mr. Wilbur says, I like it. I want bourbon. I want scotch. I want to be here. Josh says, Zion, that's the next guy. Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
It could be, though. Have you watched a lot of Zion?
Sure. I've seen.
It's incredibly impressive.
There's got to be something, certain je ne sais quoi. There's something, you just know it when you see it.
And he signed the biggest Nike deal ever.
So what?
That's a good indicator.
Anything. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just telling you, there's just maybe you're right. Maybe it is just me, but he plays great player. But I just don't feel like he's got that thing.
Well, he does need to prove it in the playoffs, as any of these people do. LeBron didn't take that mantle until he at least got to the first finals, and then he really, owned it once he went to the Miami Heat. So we'll see what Zion and Luka do. It could be either one of them. Maybe it creates some sort of Bird Magic dynamic where they can consistently compete, and together they form the face of the NBA. Maybe.
Do I sound crazy, or am I making sense? Though you might not agree with me, but am I making sense when I'm trying to say? It's just a thing where you know it when you see it. It's like an immediate thing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, and then everybody sees it together. It's not like one guy says yes, the other guy says no. It's usually like, holy crap, and everybody's like, my God, here it comes.
Well, no, I don't think you know that beforehand, because these things do come about.
LeBron came out of high school that way.
No, not really.
Yes, he did.
No, because here's the thing: the rule of thumb is, would your mom have known about him had you asked her, hey, do you know who LeBron is? Yeah, my mom knows who LeBron is. But would she have known who LeBron was coming out of high school? No.
I don't think I can really go with that same thought process. My mom doesn't even watch basketball.
Would your mom know who LeBron is? Would she know who Michael Jordan was?
She might Michael Jordan, since he was on TV and already a great person. I'm talking about establishing that is somebody who is going to be great, not somebody who is already. My mom wouldn't have known Michael Jordan before he hit the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
And nobody did.
That's my point precisely.
But once he did show up and you saw him, you're like, ooh, there's something special about that guy. Yeah, I know you weren't there for that, but everybody.
He took a couple years to get to that point too.
Randy, am I right? Everybody pretty much collectively saw Michael Jordan. We're like, ooh, wait a second, something's going on there.
Well, I mean, when he came from UNC and he came into the to the league, everybody already knew he was a special talent. The same with LeBron James. Now, a lot of people have been hyping Zion Williamson, but I don't think he's to that level. He might get there someday. But I don't think he's to that. I don't think he's to that level of a Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant.
And when you look at somebody and say he might get to that level someday, then that's not it.
Yeah,
that's not him. He might get to that. No, when those guys showed up, you knew immediately. You'd be more shocked if they failed.
I don't think so, man. I completely disagree with you. I look at Patrick Mahomes now. You can see it now coming out of the draft, though. I mean, there's a reason why he wasn't the number 1 overall pick. It took him a year to even become a starter, let alone a point where now everybody knows that he has ketchup on everything that he eats, even in his coffee, whatever it is. I just because you aren't the thing coming out of college, out of a lower rank, doesn't mean that you have not hit what is going to eventually be your peak or your pinnacle in the lexicon of American society.
Floppy Bumper says, you're absolutely right, Jeffrey. I felt the same way when I first saw Pavel Datsyuk play ice hockey. Wilbur says, hey, you should play Life in the Fast Lane. Don Henley. Baker's Cocky Hen says, yeah, everyone knew about Jordan. Everyone knew about Jordan, except for Portland. LOL. Mr. Pringle says, Ice Cream Man, don't take your whiskey home. 2 cuts from Van Halen right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Ukla Mock says, my mom's dead, Phil. And by the way, whatever, Phil, what about Troy Aikman, as much as I hate the Cowboys? What's he talking about?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that last one means. Because what do you mean about Troy Aikman?
That he was one of those people that came in, showed up, and you knew immediately he was going to be great, I guess. Mr. Pink Eye says, Zion needs to lose weight to be the next great one. I think Morant has a better chance than Zion. Cabana, about what you just sent me there, holding on to that. Let's have a conversation off air about that whole thing there. We're holding on to that, not doing nothing with it, so you don't got to worry. So we can talk about that later. Cabana is done some very generous things for Arizona Sports Angels, and he brought by some hockey sticks and some balls and stuff. And and by the way, when we do accept the used equipment, we also give a receipt if you want one for your taxes. So, but Cabana, we can send me an email, blender@1580thefanatic.com, and we'll pick that up there. Okay, buddy. Fish Tank says, hot take: Life of Brian is better than the Holy Grail. Wow, I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but
it's very hot, scorching hot. But I can't confirm or deny it.
I don't know why. I just never finished the Life of Brian. Intern at the main event says, you got to watch the Life of Brian. It's classic. Josh says, Zion is the next guy. Fed Fan says, wake me up before you go. Okay.
So we're getting back into the wham.
No. She says, hey, Randy, here's a cool texter name for you. Cloud Kisser.
Cloud Kisser.
I don't get it. I don't understand what that means. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, hey, look at this. I just got completed today. And there you go. Well done, Thundar the Santa Barbarian. He's showing me his COVID-19 vaccination record card.
Yeah, the Fauci ouchie.
Yeah, you got the good stuff. You got the Pfizer. That's the good stuff right there. Don't put that on the Facebook. Yeah, they're saying you don't need to putting that on the Facebook. That's personal information. Keep that to yourself there. But that's cool, man. Good for you. What'd you get, Phil? Did you get the Pfizer or the Moderna?
I got a donut from the fridge.
Nice.
Yes.
Wow, he's very private. He won't even tell me. My vaccination gave me great Wi-Fi and a boner. Kyle G says the cook on a ship determines when, what, and if you get to eat. You do everything and anything to stay in a cook's good graces. Ballad 51 says, was that the priest from Princess Bride doing Samuel Jackson's prayer?
Marriage is what brings us together.
Now you got to do more like this. I'll teach you. Marriage is what brings us together. You got to get more tongue in that thing.
No,
Blessed. Jag, by the way, $5 if you know the name of the actor who played the priest in Princess Bride.
Not a clue.
Oh, damn. I forgot his name too. He used to be partnered up with not Peter Fry. He was partnered up with, the other guy. Randy, is this what happens when you go past 50?
Yes. Peter Cook.
Peter Cook.
Where's my $5?
And Dudley Moore used to do stuff together. All right, where are we here? Just the Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Not sure if anyone has brought up these bands for the Classic Rock Friday. How about some ZZ Top? Oh, that's good. Tom Petty, Bob Seger. We know what we could do. We could have fun. We could do, is it Tom Petty or is it Bob Dylan? And we play some of that and we'll see if Phil can tell the difference.
You
He
can
says,
put-
by the way,
That's what we could do.
You can put a
man.
side-by-side picture of them up together, and I can tell you the difference.
oh, dear Lord. No, you can tell by looking at them. Just the Tip says, Randy, a rough week for me. Could I get a double Evan Williams neat, please?
There you are, my friend.
Jacob Smith says, next guy is LeBron James Jr. And I'll reach out, Randy.
Bronny.
Oh, you know what?
Jr.
That is interesting. Keep an eye out for Bronny as he comes up and see if that actually is the truth.
Yeah,
like I
could be.
said, you'll know it when you see it.
Could be
Baker's
kinda like
cocky.
your thought about Arch Manning coming up through the ranks.
That's
being
another
the
one.
Next, big face of the NFL.
Listen, most of the time, I'm going to say even most of the time, the offspring of a very talented athlete does not live
Doesn't
up to
pan
the
out,
to the dad. But in the Manning family, it's been a little bit different with Archie Manning, the senior, and then you got Peyton and Eli, and even their brother. I always forget his name. The clown ass that does the thing on Fox. They were all three great athletes, except for he got hurt. So now you go down to this next kid, little Archie, and boy, he's coming out guns blazing. I'm really looking forward to seeing that happen. And Baker's cocky hen says the same thing. Yeah, Phil's got to agree. It's probably going to be Bronny.
No, Bronny, the weird thing about him will be that I know that at least LeBron James now senior, he will be looking to play with his son if he can stay in the league for that long, and he will, because he'll be able to drift around as long as he wants. So the question becomes is he going to put out to his full potential so that way he can be drafted, or is he going to try and have a little bit more maneuverability to where he gets drafted so that way he can join his dad with the Lakers or what have you? So I wonder if his full potential will sizzle and flash.
Let me help you with that. He's going to give his full potential because he's going to want to be a higher draft pick because that's the family pride. If he doesn't go in a very proud position, then that doesn't do him any good. And as much as LeBron probably would like to play with his son, getting him over to the Lakers isn't going to be the priority. What's going to happen is the son, Bronny, going to get drafted very high. He's going to go.
Hornets.
He's going to go. And then guess who's going to join him there just for fun?
Yeah.
LeBron,
Yeah.
because he'll be a free agent. And he'll be able to do that. So that's more likely to happen than you're going to see both those guys on the Los Angeles Fakers. Dale Hellestray says, how about the main event? It's a great song by Barbra Streisand.
Now there's some classic.
See, here's
rock.
the thing about Dale. Dale grew up. He's older than me, but he was around the classic rock. But here's who Dale was. Dale was 6'5" beast of a man, sitting in probably full pads in the Cowboys locker room. Love will keep us together. Listening to his little Walkman sitting there in the 90s, and everybody's like, "Don't screw with that guy."
Yeah,
because
don't
that's
mess
the
with him.
craziest man in the locker room, sitting there singing show tunes and your God knows
the main
what.
event.
Who's that guy? I'm Dale Hellestray.
Don't tell me how to live. Just sit and putter.
She's over there.
And the sun's
Well, that's
up
her
all
beautiful
about.
hide wherever she may be. I ain't found her yet, but you can bet she's a girl for me. Troy Aikman just sort of grabs his stuff and moves over a locker. Just leave him alone.
Oh man,
leave him alone.
It don't get much better than that right there.
All right, gonna take a break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Life hacks. What would life be without them? Like using candle wax to loosen a stuck zipper. Here's another life hack. Now you can get the same high-quality insurance from Allstate, but at a new low rate. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Not available in every state. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
These days, it's okay to do some things halfway, like wearing your pajama bottoms on a work call. But managing your prescriptions shouldn't be one of them. That's why CVS has a proprietary search tool to find ways that may help lower your prescription costs, and will deliver them for free. No wonder CVS customers are better than most at staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier. Come in or call today and get a free prescription savings review at CVS. Savings vary. Not all patients eligible for savings. Delivery restrictions apply. Visit cvs.com for details.
You might not know it, but your small business IT systems can leave you and your customers vulnerable. At Affinity Technology, we provide peace of mind by ensuring your computer systems are working and are safe from hackers and outside threats. We solve technology problems for small business. No confusing tech talk or black box setups. If it plugs in, we work with it. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
Coins and precious metals never sounded so good.
Save for your future during a time of uncertain economy.
Across the globe, two of the most heavily traded and most popular commodities for investments are gold and silver. Arbitrage opportunities exist in precious metals trading, and First National Bullion in Scottsdale can help with all the answers on today's gold and silver markets and the investment opportunities, including information on precious metals arbitrage trading. Call First National Bullion at 480-923-9899, 480-923-9899, online at firstingold.com, spelled out FIRSTINGOLD.com, firstingold.com.
First National Bullion, 480-923-9899. The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Good Cat says, hey, Randy, can you isolate and save the soundbite of Jeffrey saying, you need more tongue?
Maybe.
But why would you do that?
Maybe.
That doesn't bother me at all. So it's not like the olden days when old Captain Killahorse used to be here and we would take little clips of him saying embarrassing things. I am not embarrassed by the things I say. You know, I'm sure there's going to be something that I'd be embarrassed of if you played the clip of, but Phil thinking he had me when I said I'm a sexy beast. That doesn't embarrass me at all because I am a sexy beast. I have no problem acknowledging that and sharing that. Look at me. Look at me. Look at
how could you not be a sexy beast? Just look at all that, man.
Go to Twitter. Go to Facebook. I'm a sexy beast. There. I got nothing to be ashamed of. But as far as you need more tongue, nope, I'm fine there too. I'm okay. Sheriff Tom says, Dale Hellestray seems like an MC Hammer kind of guy to me.
Yeah, can't touch that. Can't
Stop.
touch this.
Stop. Hammer time. That scared Phil because he's not used to the music. Yeah. I used to have hammer pants. Did you ever have the hammer pants?
No, I did not have those. I forget what they're called, the Zubadoos or whatever they were. Yeah, but they were the official name for them was like Zubidoos or Zulus or.
Now I had them as a joke. I didn't have them because I was really wearing them as fashion, Randy. You know that.
Yeah.
And it was actually, I was wearing those. Oh, you know what? No. The hammer pants. No, it was I called them my Buttafuoco pants. The ones that were, remember those pants that were all zebra stripes or whatever? Yeah. I had on a pair of those, and just for fun, I wore those to a NFL Air It Out competition in 93, 94. And we're out there playing the flag football, the 3-on-3 thing. and a dude reached for my flag and ripped my pants off all the way down to my knee.
Oh no!
Yeah, I finished the game. I didn't care. I was like, hey, look at my ass. I don't mind. I'm a sexy beast. 888-368-1580. Is that what they were? Jimmy Z's? Is that what we're talking about?
There we go.
Parachute Pants says circumcised mosquito. No. Those were something else. Those were like these weird plastic. And if a fat girl walked too close to a dry field, she was setting crap on fire. Those things, they were really, they were dangerous and would create all sorts of sparks and heat if you weren't keeping track of it. He says, if you go online, you may be able to find me in a pair of, you may be able to find me a pair in your size. Remember, everything old is new again. No, parachute pants aren't coming back. No way. Oh wait, Jagdog says, are you talking about Z Shavarichis? Z, it's
that could be it as well. The Z Shavarichis or whatever those were the hammer pants.
We should just ask Dale. I'm sure he wore them. King Kitten says, I'm going to happy hour. I'm a bicycle. I had Zuba's LA Rams hat. Bala 51 says Jimmy Z's with the Velcro belt strap right there. Heavy Metal Maniac says, how about some Billy Idol for a Friday? Well, there you go. Blue Oyster Cult. I need more cowbell. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, when Dale and Jeffrey enter the octagon, pretty sure after that last segment, Dale's going to be the one man who leads. Yeah, on a stretcher. On a stretcher, Dale.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
But hey, good news for Phil. He may get more opportunities to choose music in the aftermath.
That's true. Me and Randy share an akin to disco music.
Dale and I would, there'd be no fight. There is no fight. Dale's an easygoing guy, but we get along just fine.
Yeah, just go for his knees.
That's exactly it.
And
I would
bite
take
him
right there, right down at the kneecap. Average Joe says, hey, Jeffrey, was your Speedo ripped off as well? No, here's how you know. I was wearing regular shorts and then underwear under the shorts, under those pants, because I was smart enough to know if anything happens, or I was really thinking, if I get too hot out there, I want to be able to take these pants off and still be able to play. So there, I thought ahead. My mama was proud.
That happens to me all the time. I find myself wandering around the neighborhood without my pants on, just in my chonies. Hey, is that what you're talking about, Jeff Co? You just all of a sudden strip your britches off and you walk around in your chonies?
Randy, the neighborhood watch is pretty well convinced you're faking it, just so you can walk around in your underwear. So you might want to calm that down.
I mean, is there a problem with that?
They're a little on to you on that. Swave Dave says, happy Friday, fellas. How about Steve Miller? By the way, how about a shot of Glenn Fittich, please, for Swave Dave?
A little Glenn Fittich.
Little nitro funny scotch is what I call that stuff.
There we go.
Ukul the Mock says, Baby Shark versus Pina Colada. No, what? No, Ukla, we're never playing Baby Shark. I suffer with the Pina Colada because... fifth letter says Mikey Williams will be the nenext great in the NBA. Remember his name, Mikey Williams.
Mikey Williams.
Where is he going to school now, or is that just one of your kids? Fed Fan says Cooper Manning. You're thinking about Cooper Manning, Jeffrey.
Cooper Manning.
Oh, Cooper's the third brother.
That's right.
One
one
of the brothers. Yeah,
Cooper.
Luke.
Fed Fan says, Roland Harris was a World War I French fighter. He was known as the Cloud Kisser, and the French Open is held at a place named after him. Red Baron was way cooler sounding than Cloud Kisser. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Wilbur says, yes, play the song by Tom Petty, Free Falling, or it's a Free Balling.
Because I'm free
falling. That's when I don't wear underwear. 888-368-1580. Daylight Drew says, hitting cold beers and cheeseburgers right now. Any thoughts on the peanut butter sliders? Eat them. They are good.
Really?
He says, by the way, no, we just had it. No, you already got it, Daylight Drew. You've already been... You're good. Shut up. Average Joe says, have a good weekend, guys. No, Average Joe. We've already had that. We're not doing that again. Shut up. Hey, it's time now for some man law.
Oh, okay.
That's right. From the upcoming Manstitution of these United States of America.
All right.
I bring you man law. This is from Basic Manliness, Section 9.
Yes.
If a man makes more money than a woman, that does not mean her time is less valuable than his.
Oh, very good.
or vice versa. The money
Very
all
good.
goes in the same pile in the end. Section 10. If a man is not required, a man is not required to make more money than a woman, nor shall a man be upset if his wife suddenly makes more money than him. It's not about the pride.
Yeah,
You know,
as long as you're both contributing and doing something.
Section 11 says a man shall not feel threatened by the success of a woman. If a couple is a team, any win is a team win.
There we go.
Yeah.
So there you
we
go.
Yeah.
A lot of guys get a little bit weird about stuff like that.
Insecure,
Yeah.
Here's what I've always said for myself. This isn't man law. This is Jeffrey law for me. If my wife makes more money than me, I have no problem with that. I think, hey, like I said, the win-win, team win. My requirement for myself has always been, okay, make sure I make enough money like a man that I can take care of business and take care of us, feed us, house us, and provide if she lost her job. If she doesn't have any job, that I can take care of everything needs to be taken care of. As long as you can provide and do that, if that happens, you're fine. Doesn't matter if they make a lot more money than you. Don't be such a tool about it. Don't get weird and feel emasculated or just like that's old thinking. All right. It's just be happy for her accomplishments and remember you guys are a team until she finds better than you and you're not.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
Be nice to her or she will find better than you and then you won't be a team. 888-368-1580. Fifth letter says Mikey Williams is a 16-year-old shooting guard from San Diego, just transferred to a high school in North Carolina, 5-star number 3 in the nation recruit.
Wow. Okay. Mikey Williams.
Deep dive, but fifth letter says Mikey Williams. All right, I'm listening. Thunder of the Santa Barbarian says, you know where Tom Petty's song Free Falling is set, right? Los Angeles, Dodgers territory.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Just making everything about that. Daylight Drew says, all right, let's confirm. No one likes making love in the dunes by the Cape. Sand in places you don't want.
Yeah, because then you start getting into SpongeBob characters like Sandy Cheeks.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. There was a song written about that. If I could only recall the hook of the song. Like making love in the dunes.
Josh says,
just remember that hook.
Josh says, okay, no Paul Simon, but yes to Bob Seger. Yes to Bob Seger. Bob Seger is classic
Silver
rock.
Bullet Band. Oh yeah.
Why is it so hard for you people to figure this out?
Your standard is just
Roll Me Away, Hollywood Nights.
Here's the thing. Randy and I are in complete 100% agreement on what classic rock is. There's some music of his I think is from the beige, shag green carpet that I don't like. But when it comes to classic rock, when we say the word rock, Randy and I are in 100% agreement on what classic rock is supposed to be.
This beige genre.
When you start playing that, it's almost disco music kind of garbage that sometimes I hear you play before the show.
I'm not sure I understand what you're saying because I have nothing but quality on my iTunes. It's all quality.
Not so much.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I have much respect. And then the last time that we had a little music party, you were just killing it. But the time before, I was like, oh, no.
Well, I just, again, I wish I understood what you were saying. I mean, are you talking about something like that comes along here, like this here from Ohio Players? Are you saying this is bad? Are you saying this is bad here?
You didn't play this.
Toe tapping, doesn't
this is all right. This is like on the it's not really funky enough.
Well, give it a second. We're just getting into the fire station.
It's disco.
No,
thank you.
Disco. That's
disco.
This is funk.
It's poppy funk disco.
This is funk.
If you could dance to this at a disco, it's disco. That's the 70s.
The problem
is not 70s disco. That is funk.
Yeah, our definition of classic rock is not wrong. Your definition is overlapping of pop. You're just anything that's not classic rock in your genre is pop.
Yeah, Randy's bringing in a little giant collar bell bottom pop and trying to call it classic rock. No, I'm telling you right now what classic rock is. I'm being very purist about the word rock. You know rock when you hear rock, and some of what Randy just played there does not count as rock.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We can have this fight till the end of time.
Oh, because I can bring some rock.
That's
too.
rock. See, there you go. That's
right
rock
here. See,
that's AC/DC.
Oh yeah. See, I can bring the rock as well.
Yeah, like I said, absolute agreement when he starts talking about the rock. But when he starts playing that other stuff, yeah, you kind of lose me on that. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Wow.
Mr. Wilbur says, and one law, if it also helps. Okay, I can't read that. That's really filthy, Mr. Wilbur. I'm going to send that to your mom because she's going to be very disappointed.
Kiss your mom with that mouth?
Wow. Fifth letter says, how about the Cure? Now, I like the Cure, but does not count as classic rock.
Yeah, it's a border.
Ballot 51 says ELO. Is that too out there for the classic rock?
It's more top 40-ish.
Yeah, there you go. Best funk band out there today is called Lettuce. Okay, I guess if we look up the Lettuce, we'll see if you're right. Cold Trickle says, my dad was in a Bad Company cover band.
Oh, no kidding. Oh,
that's weird. My dad was a fan of only Bad Company cover bands. That's bizarre. He said that's how he met my mom. You know what? That's a better ending to How I Met Your Mother than the actual ending to How I Met Your Mother. So, all right, one more hour to go. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This spring, there's an outside chance you're ready for some outside projects and 100% chance of saving at the Home Depot. Right now, stock up on 5 bags of Earthgrow or Vigoro mulch for only $10. Plus, with great low prices and free delivery on your favorite spring projects, you'll save in-store, online, store-wide. Bring on spring, the spring savings event now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limit 75 per customer. Color selection varies by store while supplies last. Continental USA.
Chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought
until it isn't working.
Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated.
If it plugs in, we work with it.
Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 Charles Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, who seems to be listing a little bit. You already hit that whiskey, didn't you, buddy?
Well, I cannot tell a lie.
Yeah.
And he's
Phil
choosing not to choose the truth.
Phil's in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and you guys are in the Summit Mail Medical Text Line, 888-368-1580. Yeah. Thank you, Randy. I got this. So I wanted to talk to you real quick. I wanted about the Cardinals. They got 5 new names on the old roster there. I just want to see if you're.
Are they all new names though, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't think they're all new names.
Well, I mean, new signings. I mean, I'm not saying they're new. I'm just saying they're new, like yeses. They're checked in and ready to go.
Hey, Randy, we've got 5 brand new guys to join the Cardinals. They're all from out of town.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that they're affirmed. How's that? So here's what you got. They signed Andre Bacalaglia, defensive lineman Ryan B, running back Tavian Feaster, linebacker Jamel Garcia-Williams, receiver DeRisi Robinson Jr., and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver.
The Beaver, yeah.
So,
I mean,
how you feel about this?
I don't know these guys. I think they're just, they're bit players. I don't hear any stars in there. Some offensive line depth. I was listening to Jacobs and Helly this morning, and they
purpose?
had. They had. I love listening to those guys, especially when they're talking about the Cardinals. But they had. Sweet Lou was on, and I love listening to Sweet Lou, and he's usually got a lot of great wisdom. He does the whole betting thing and everything, but he's not impressed with what the Cardinals have done this offseason. And I feel like the Cardinals have made some improvements, especially to this offensive line. I think it's an above average offensive line now with these additions. And anytime you can get a little depth there, we know how the offensive line sometimes gets decimated by injury. You put the Pro Bowler to anchor the line there in the center. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. These signings here, though, I don't know if these guys are going to just be part players. Are they just going to compete for a job?
Well, yeah. Who knows who will make it through training camp, right?
Yeah. And are they here to be, a warm body during the training camp? I mean,
well, let me give you some background here.
Yeah.
Andre Bacalaglia, he spent some time in training camp with the Chiefs and the Patriots. He went to Kansas City as a rookie. And he played 48 games when he was in college. He did pretty good, 107 passes for 1,183 yards, 5 touchdowns, and he rushed for 119 yards and a touchdown on 10 different carries. So he's a versatile guy. He's somebody that they're looking at with some talent. But I guess
he's got some NFL experience.
Sure.
So that's
good, at least in the training camp. And, he didn't get on with the Chiefs, the Patriots, but, somebody sees something in him, so they're going to give him a shot. Then, of course, you got Ryan B. He played 1 game with the Washington football team in 2019 when he was a rookie, and he had a tackle.
Well, that's good. At least he's got a piece of experience. Yeah.
That's the work of Vance Joseph, if I ever did hear it.
Yeah.
And let's see, the guy named Tavian Feaster. He was on some practice squads and stuff, Lions, Giants, that sort of thing. Garcia-Williams, he signed with the 49ers back in the day as an undrafted rookie, but then they released him after training camp. So these are guys who are maybe just kind of right on the verge. And I think that the Cardinals are just looking to see, okay, let's get them in the training camp, see how it goes. And maybe we've got, maybe they have progressed, working out, getting ready, whatever their deficits are, that, they're getting a shot.
Yeah, that last guy there you say he signed on with the 49ers, but was released. What they're going to do with him, and I don't know if you know this, Jeffrey, but every NFL team has one of these. It's called the Green Room. They're going to take him into the Green Room, and they're going to give him psychotropic medication and put one of those pinwheels in front of him.
Oh, wow.
And then they're going to extract from his brain, using the latest NFL scientific know-how, all of the plays, all of the playbooks, because our brains, we only use a third of our brains.
Well, I know I
so
do.
This guy saturated his mind with all the San Francisco 49er playbook and all the plays, all their codes and all that stuff. So what they're going to do is extrapolate that and write it all down.
Actually, Randy, about that, he was an undrafted rookie and he didn't even make it past training camp, which means he does not have the playbook. So he'll enjoy the psychotropic drugs. I mean, who wouldn't?
Of course.
And,
well, I do. So
they have a nice lunch over there at the Cardinals facility. So he'll get
world class.
He'll get a couple nice afternoons out of it. But unless he actually comes ready to play, he's going to be short lived.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be one of those, cyborg warfare moves that NFL teams make.
Do you really feel like you need the playbook from the 49ers right now? Are you afraid of it?
I feel like I need every advantage to just beat the hell out of every NFC West team there is.
Well, let me help you out with that. Now, the 49ers, there's only one word that comes to mind, and I know they've got a high draft pick, and a lot of people are assuming they're going to take the Mac Jones or the whoever. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
The word that comes to mind when I think of the 49ers, and I know I'm going to aggravate some people who are listening, feckless. They just seem completely
Is that that guy
feckless.
from is that fellow that was on Archer? Cyril Feckless?
No, that's Cyril Figgis.
Oh, okay.
Cyril Figgis.
Yeah, okay.
No, the 49ers have like half of a good idea. And I know they got to the Super Bowl, not too long ago, but right now they just seem just lost. They just kind of seem lost to me.
Sort of meandering because they're not locked in on any one specific leader for the team.
And when you watch them, the last year, the feckless is the word that just keeps coming to mind. So, you don't think you need to worry too much about them. I am starting to think you need to worry about the Rams quite a bit because their receiving core is going to be ready. Matt Stafford is consistent, and he is one of the most underrated quarterbacks out there because he was with the horrible Lions all those years. You would forget he existed sometimes. Like I forgot the Lions existed until like Thanksgiving. I'm like, who's that team? Oh yeah, I remember them. So I think Matt Stafford is a huge upgrade for the Rams, and they are getting ready to build around him. That's the team I'd worry about.
Well, when you look at
go ahead, Phil.
Sorry, whenever you look at the Rams, when last year especially, what was the number one deficiency in that team? It wasn't running back, it wasn't wide receiver, it wasn't even tight end play or anything on the offense.
I know.
Oh yes, Randy White.
Yeah, Randy White, 1580 Fanatic. It was their lack of feckless.
Yeah, and
they had too much feckless, Randy. You're using the word wrong. Look it up.
Oh,
that manifested itself in the quarterback. So therefore,
exactly.
Exactly. So whenever you see that they even got to average, it's a tremendous upgrade for the Rams. And at their lowest, they made it to the playoffs and advanced around.
Well, that mouth breather Goff that they had, who's now with the Lions.
Going to lead them to a win.
He put a pretty damn good
Super Bowl
whip ass on my Cardinals twice this past year.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing about Goff. I have now decided to bequeath him the honor of the mouth breather status that I used to give Eli Manning. So my Eli Manning impersonation was
mouth breather.
Now that is my Goff impersonation, which we'll never get to hear because he's now in the Lions, and now we get to forget he exists.
Are you kidding me? We're going to be doing week by week coverage of the Lions.
I tend to believe that Goff will be playing for a job, but I think this new coaching regime that's in there now, they're not just going to settle for Jared Goff being their starting quarterback. I think they're going to be doing some work trying to they want to change the culture in the Lions facility. They want to change that culture.
It was funny because Goff is like, I'm just glad to be somewhere where they want me. And the next thing they say is, we like Goff, but let me just say, we're keeping our options open in the draft.
Right.
Damn it. Good Cat says, wait, did you just say Goff? I can't read that one. Good Cat says, my wife roughly makes 4 times what I make. And hell, I am super cool with that.
Nice.
Hefty Lefty says, I would rather give my opponents drugs that turn any room into a little brown room, if you know what I'm saying. Oh no, I don't get that. Is that a hair?
Not sure.
Not entirely sure what that means. Does not seem good.
Little brown room.
That can't be good. Jagdog says William Hill is projected total wins for the Cardinals, 8 wins. Randy, do you think the Cards are going to win 10 games this year?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I heard there is an over-under on them being 8. I have to say over. I have to say over on that one. And I don't know how much over, but the Cardinals are super loaded, whether it be with aged players or just some pretty good players too. I mean, the defense is a question mark, isn't it? Isn't it, Randy? I mean, you feel like that offense should be just crazy.
You see, what we've got to remember, Chandler Jones is coming back. Chandler Jones is going to be on that defensive line alongside J.J. Watt on the other side. So you're going to have a pretty terrific tandem there with the two studs on the defensive line. What scares me is the defensive secondary, and it's not the linebacking core as much as it is the defensive secondary. And can we please lock down a damn tight end in the NFL with this Cardinal defense? That, to me, right now is the biggest glaring issue is our defensive secondary.
Yeah, and the guy you want is not going to be there when you're ready. The tight end the Cardinals would really love to have, he probably won't even be there when Jerry Jones wants him. He's not going to be available. So you just put that out of your head and start working. 888-368-1580. Boogie says Cardinals are winning like 10 or 11 games this year.
But that still might not be enough.
Listen to Phil. He knows bad quarterback play.
Oh,
that's right. Yep, that's true.
Oh, my God.
First Cav Mike says, I'm dating myself. Well, we all take a turn being single. There's no shame.
I hope
in
it
that.
goes for the best.
Oh, no, he's not talking about that. He says classic rock. How about Mountain? Mountain? The hell's Mountain? You're talking about the Mountain? You're talking about the radio station? I don't know what you're talking about. Beer Bob says, Jeffrey, I have to disagree with you. When you say the Cards are super loaded, that's just their GM. Oh, yeah, no, that's true, too. Yeah, I was saying BAC. I was talking YAC. All right. No, the Cardinals offense looks to be pretty damn stacked. You can't look at that offense and not say, okay, they got a lot of those pieces. Now, a lot of them are brittle. A lot of them are elderly, but they still have a pretty good looking offense on paper.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. We're going to score points. Now, can our defense help us by staying on the field for a while or getting off the field when they need to get off the field and stopping the other team? That was to me, that was the biggest thing. And when you lost Corey Peters and you lost Chandler Jones early in the season, they just started picking us off. And again, can we please find some cornerback play that can lock down the tight ends that are going out there and killing us?
Well, that's not going to be out of the cornerback position primarily, Randy. That's more so going to be on Isaiah Simmons, who they drafted for that precise need last year. And then Vance Joseph to you guys last year. Never played him, never even used him as intended. But
you got Joseph in the D.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did.
So, right in the back of our D.
It's Friday. 888-368-1580. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to take a moment and we need to recognize. You better recognize Bill Belichick. Happy 69th birthday.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday, cheater. Happy birthday, cheater. Happy birthday, you ball inflating videotaping bastard. Happy birthday, cheater.
Cheater.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was for you too, a little bit, Berg. So yeah, 69. He's 69 years old. And
he is.
What do you think? He's probably going to be around another 3 to 5 years, or well, maybe one more. Depends on this draft. I'll be honest. If he has a bad draft, he may go bye-bye.
Well, I think Bill Belichick has earned the right to choose the time when he wants to walk away, even if he has a bad season this year.
Well, then they'll at least take GM duties away from him.
That could happen.
Perhaps.
That could happen. Or he might give up head coaching and just concentrate on being a GM. That could also happen.
Well, he sucks at that lately. His drafts have been atrocious the last few years. I mean, what do you think Tom Brady left? Yeah, Tom Brady's like, what the hell's
I
going on?
don't even
here?
think you could ever say that he's had a good draft outside of the Gronk draft. That's probably about it. Very
Yeah,
rarely.
you're right. He does a lot in free agency, doesn't he?
Yeah,
And he does become the land of misfit drunks and toys.
Absolutely. That's why he always trades back. He goes out and scouts a lot of people, but I think, and I tend to think that he's doing that for future reference. But that way, whenever he sees somebody and how they actually are employed against NFL to NFL bodies, NFL to NFL schemes, NFL to NFL, people, personnel, he can then say, I liked what they did coming out of the draft. I know that they have that in them, but I think they're just being used wrong and employed wrong within their own team. Let them come in here. I think that they have the right personality for us, and then we can use them right. So they do better with other well-known NFL quantities.
Boomer Sooner says, okay, Jeffrey, I won't talk about Sooner softball. So I'm glad to report that OU is advancing the NCAA women's gymnastics final tomorrow. Boomer, baby.
Boom Sooner, boom Sooner, boom Sooner, Boomer Sooner.
All right, Boomer. Listen, I was just kidding the other day. If you want to crow about your team a little bit here and there, that's fine. Just don't make it every day, because remember, you're in Sun Devil country right here. Yeah, this is a show that loves them some Arizona State University. That's at least the one thing all three of us can agree to.
Yeah,
Phil,
absolutely.
Randy, myself, Sun Devils through and through. Go ASU.
And Phil actually went there.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I followed through on my promise.
When he plays that music, he knows the words. So, by the way, I got some other good news. I was very happy to see this. Aaron Donald, when I heard the story, oh crap, here we go again. A guy I kind of like, think he's a good dude. And all the interviews you've seen, you never know a guy really. But I mean, I've always enjoyed watching Aaron Donald play. I know Randy could live without him, but as far as, he's just the kind of guy he seemed to be, right? And so then we heard the story. This guy says, Aaron Donald beat the crap out of me and broke my eye socket and sent me to the hospital, and we weren't doing nothing. Well, we had to take a moment, because we're like, wait a second. We just heard about Deshaun Watson. We thought he was a good dude. Now it's turned out a little pervy there, right? So I kind of had some hesitations about Aaron Donald. I'm like, oh, please don't be what it may be. We don't need more of this. And it turns out, thank God, it probably isn't. Now, of course, it was from his own lawyer. But when you see a defense lawyer get giddy and just like saying, and not even trying to hide his cards, he's showing his cards. He's like, I got to tell you, that video is amazing. There is video. There are witnesses, and even the police department themselves, the Pittsburgh Police Department, say there's no sign of Aaron Donald assaulting this guy.
Wow.
He says if that was the case, we'd be in a different conversation. And in fact, he actually saved Mr. Spriggs from further injury. He says it's a fantastic thing from a defense attorney's perspective, to be honest with you. So the guy's just giddy. He's just like, this is great. This is going to be the easiest case in all the money I've ever made. I can't wait. So yeah, I believe that guy. So I guess there are video and witnesses that, of course, other people were trying to gunge this guy up, and he's the one who screwed up. Wasn't Aaron Donald. So everything's going to be fine. So that just made me happy.
Yeah, and it's good to hear, because I do genuinely like Aaron Donald. I respect him as a hell of a player, and he's really, as far as I know, has not been in any trouble off field. So this was good to hear this today. Yeah. So the real story is that they were all at this party together. The people were yelling or something and whatever. And so then they went outside, and then as Aaron Donald's brother tried to leave, they were waiting. The dude swings a bottle at Donald's head. What the hell, man? So he was actually trying to keep the guy from, getting beat up by some of the other people around there. So I'm just glad that this is taking at least a positive turn. Yeah.
All right, we must take a break. When we come back, we have on this day in Big George's sports history, we will spin the wheel of the sports. And I got your man of the day, too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Life hacks. What would life be without them? Like using candle wax to loosen a stuck zipper. Here's another life hack. Now you can get the same high-quality insurance from Allstate, but at a new low rate. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Not available in every state. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
These days, it's okay to do some things halfway, like wearing your pajama bottoms on a work call. But managing your prescriptions shouldn't be one of them. That's why CVS has a proprietary search tool to find ways that may help lower your prescription costs, and will deliver them for free. No wonder CVS customers are better than most at staying on prescriptions, which tends to make you healthier. Come in or call today and get a free prescription savings review at CVS. Savings vary. Not all patients eligible for savings. Delivery restrictions apply. Visit cvs.com for details.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees. 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with a Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
If you own or work for a small business and you thought radio advertising was too expensive, listen up. Bruce Jacobs here, and the Fanatic has a fantastic offer to get the word out that your business is open. You'll get a customized advertising campaign, letting our loyal listeners know that you are ready to serve. It's affordable, costing only hundreds, where all the other radio stations charge thousands. So don't wait. This opportunity won't last forever. The Open for Business package is now available. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, find out all the details, and get your small business kicking ass again.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's the greatest spectacle in racing. Speed of 230 miles per hour, 200 laps, 500 miles.
Only one driver takes home the BorgWarner Trophy and gets the icy cold drink of milk in victory lane.
For 105 years, it has been a Memorial Day tradition. The Indianapolis 500. Hear it live, May 30th, on your home for the Indy 500, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And I'll tell you what, I am really looking forward to when COVID is over for so many different reasons. So I know here in Arizona, according to a lot of people, oh, it's over. It's totally over. Okay. I don't feel like it quite is yet, where I'm comfortable doing a bunch of different kinds of stuff, but I am looking forward to getting onto a little F1 racer there at that little racetrack, you know. Oh man, I want to do that. I want to go racing with you guys. I want to get Randy in a car, get Phil in a car, get me in a car, and whoever super fans in a car, and just go crazy. I want to go crazy. No, just
I
me.
can't wait to see that happen. That'd be a lot. That'd be a blast. You know what we ought to do? And then there's still availabilities out at the Phoenix Raceway, is take that NASCAR experience.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. What's that? Where's
well,
that?
they have NASCARs out there that you can suit up, get in the car, and I think some of them you can even drive. But you get to go on the track, the NASCAR experience, and they go fast, man. They take you around the track at racing speeds.
Wait, they take you or they let you? Because I want to just drive. Would they let me drive?
Why? That's something we'd have to look it up. I don't know. But they would. But you can ride along with them. Yes.
You know, Bob Bondurant, they do a thing where it's not a NASCAR, but they put you into a hell of a car, and they have these road courses that you go. They have you practice, and then they have you go for speed, and they have you do these drills and stuff. They have all kinds of different stuff for the Bob Bondurant thing too. So listen, I get it. Nobody probably wants to let me drive a NASCAR, you're going out to a racetrack like that. I get it. That's fair. I mean, I'm happy to go out there and do what Julie Giese said over at Phoenix Raceway. And, they have them golf cart races. I'd be all right with that. I just want to get down there. I want to race. Yeah. I want to drive. I don't want to be a passenger.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody says you want to go up in in a Navy jet with a pilot. I'm like, well, do I get to fly? No, you just have to sit in the back and scream. Okay, well, no, I'm going to pass on that because I want to be in control. You want to go out on a racetrack with an F1 drive? No, do I get to drive? No. Okay, well, just let me drive. I want to do this. I don't know I get car sick. I don't know if you know that. If I'm not driving, I get car sick.
So that's why you always have to drive when we go to lunch.
Well, that and I do love the drive, and I have a lot more fun when I drive because
you have a lot more fun. What is driving's fun for you?
To be honest, actually yes. Driving is. What do you mean? Drive isn't fun for you? Of course, it's fun.
Purpose.
It's fun for everybody. If driving's not fun, you got the wrong kind of car. You aren't having. Listen, doesn't mean be unsafe and drive badly or drive super duper horribly fast. But if you're not enjoying driving, you're missing out on something, man. If you don't know how to enjoy a good drive,
I enjoy it, but fun is not how fun is.
Randy, when you're in the car with me, is it fun or is it not fun?
It's fun. Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's sometimes terrifying. Other times very fun.
Usually for pedestrians.
Oh, it's definitely terrifying for any pedestrians on the road. I yell out the window, get out of the way, save yourself.
Yeah, you're performing a public service announcement. And
I have a feeling that Phil will not be in our vehicle very often when we go to lunch here.
Yeah,
it's no more because I'm going to throw him out because I don't want to listen to some of the weird stuff he's going to say. But you'll see, Phil. You'll see someday. Someday
you got to at least once drive with Jeffrey. Your life is not complete.
I mean, I'll try it. It's more so I don't see driving as fun unless you're specifically racing or you're specifically doing something instead of just driving from point A to point B.
Should I let him drive my truck for a block and then he'll see if he changes his tune?
I can't do stick.
Maybe
it's not a stick. It's an automatic.
Stick.
Oh.
Yeah. 888-368-1580. Scratch me because it says tonight around 60 local hockey players are getting together at Oceanside Ice Arena to begin play in the Artie Cup. The Artie Cup celebrates the life of our friend Artie Horowitz, who passed in 2014. At the age of 83, Artie was still hitting the ice 2 times a week for open hockey. That's man of the day right there. I'll tell you what, I had something else in mind, but scratch me because you get that one for Artie. Yeah. So rest in peace to Artie. He lived from 1930 to 2014. So Artie Horowitz, man of the his day. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no
83
kidding.
and still on the ice. That ain't no small thing right there. Did you ever check him into the boards? Be honest.
I know I would. If I had a chance. Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says, so Jeffrey, sitting in my car here, driving home, listening to you rag on the Niners makes me think you might need an ice cold pina colada.
Oh, if you like
that's dirty pool right there, Fighting Wampa. You know I hate that.
It's more fun than driving.
Well, you're ragging on him. I'm just saying that, you're general manager and that doesn't know what to do. Ukul the Mock says, my son goes to ASU and I got $7,000 a semester bill to prove it. So go ASU there, huh? By the way, you need extra heavy duty shocks for your fat ass, don't you, Radio Pal?
Oh, wow. Jesus. And I thought they were ragging on me pretty bad today.
Well, yeah, not for long, Ukla, because I'm going to Valley Medical Weight Loss. Gonna get that taken care of. I wonder if my gas mileage will do better once I lose a few pounds
once you lose that load. Yeah,
every little bit helps, doesn't it? Scratch me because says, yeah, come on, man, you can't. I can't do that. So he gives me this amazing Artie Horowitz story. And he says, Artie's favorite hockey player was Slobodan and I can't, he's setting me up. He's setting me up. Kiss the Cook says, I think Bondurant still has the rental for racing go-karts at a reasonable price. Can I be honest with you though? I didn't enjoy their go-karts. I didn't enjoy those. I want to go over that F1 thing. But if you're driving real cars, it's fun at Bondurant. But if you're going to do the go-kart thing, you got to go over the F1 thing. Is that still open, by the way, in Scottsdale? I don't know if it survived COVID.
I don't know, Jeffco. That'd be something we'd have to research.
Somebody should look at that.
F1 racing.
Boomer Sooner says, I pull from a home team, Jeffrey, but if they play the Sooners, sorry about that. Hefty Lefty says, Hey, part of the video is on Twitter. You can see Donald push people off the guy who's getting his face stomped. Supposedly, there's more video beforehand that shows the bottle swing. I guess this is probably not going to go to court. That's great news to hear. That is, it really is. Of course, they're always going to go after the richest guy, and just see if they can get a settlement. So I'm glad that video exists. That's huge news. Just the Tip says, Jeffrey, some way cool stuff to do is go to the air park in Scottsdale for helicopter rides. No. I've been in helicopters for work, and I've had to jump out and jump back in as it kind of hovered. That was me being brave. But outside of that, I ain't getting on any small planes. I'm not getting on any helicopters. By no means do I think I'm famous, but if I ever want to be, that's a surefire way to make it stop. So I will not do that. He says, but for my youngest son's 18th birthday, we bought him a helicopter ride, cost $300, but he got an hour ride with 30 minutes on the stick by himself.
Hey, there you go. How fun
Actually
is that?
flying the helicopter. Well, now you got me thinking, Just the Tip. No. 888-368-1580.
That was a quick trip there.
Well, I just realized how many times I played the helicopter simulator and crashed on the on the computer.
Yeah.
I don't think I probably should be helicopter's a whole different animal. You flying a plane, you kind of which way that goes, right? But then you got to use your feet, and you got these like levers, and it's like it's a combination of patting your head, walking, chewing gum, and singing Yankee Doodle Dandy while clipping your fingernails. It's just a lot goes on with a helicopter.
Love it.
Good Cat says, if Aaron Donald really had punched somebody, that person, would he really even be alive to tell the story?
See, I think if Aaron Donald was to punch this man in his face would have imploded.
Imploded into itself.
Yes.
And maybe that's why he thought he had been punched by him, because he did have a fractured orbital bone and stuff like that. So maybe in his own head, he's like, the only thing that makes sense is that. But nope, they got video. Thank God. Well, at least save us some. Give me somebody good in sports, please. Somebody who didn't do the thing they're saying they did.
Well,
thank God for the video.
Yeah.
Kiss the Cook says, no, it's the same type of F1 car. It's just an open half-mile road course. I know I've been on it. I have actually done that one. For some reason, I wasn't digging it. Maybe I was just having a bad day. Maybe you're right, Kiss the Cook. King of Kitten says, there's a local Phoenix Bad Company tribute band. They play the rock and roll sport bars out there. What are they called? I'll wait.
Oh, good.
So if it's Bad Company tribute band, they're either going to be named by like one of the songs by Bad Company, or it's going to be a take on Bad Company,
Or it could be one of their album titles.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's Bad Reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up by my bad reputation.
That's not Bad Company. What is wrong with you? That's Pretenders. Bruce's buddy says, how have we talked classic rock? And no one has even mentioned Rush. We did last week.
Yeah, we talked about Rush last week.
What about Creed?
Rush is always in the conversation.
Average
Creed, no.
Who said Creed? Punch him in the throat. Who said Creed? Who said Creed?
Phil. Yeah.
Average Joe says, I hooked up with a couple of girls at the beach in Cape Cod. Fitted sheets and blankets equals no worries about the sand. I think he's just bragging.
Yeah.
Random Texter says, does Journey qualify as classic rock?
Yes,
now,
of course.
It depends. It really kind of depends.
That's kind of on the line there.
It kind of depends.
Any way you want it, that's the way.
So
now,
one
see,
of
that would be more of the classic rock.
My past history. I was at the Ritz-Carlton. Where was that? It was. I was trying to remember this morning, but it's in near San Diego. Starts with an Monterey, or I can't remember what it was. But it was a Ritz-Carlton. And as I go down there, this guy is being super rude to the poor girl working behind the counter, and he's just tearing her up, and she didn't do nothing. And I told the guy, hey, why don't you take it easy? There's no reason to be a jerk about this. Why don't you just knock it off and leave her alone? Turned out to be one of the dudes from Journey. Don't know which one, because somebody told me that's one of the dudes from Journey you just said that to. I said, guess what? I'm Jeffrey O'Brien. I don't care. They're like, who the hell are you? Exactly. And but I couldn't sit there and watch anybody, even if they were wearing some weird rubber pants, tell this poor girl off like the way he was doing. It was not cool. So it's about 15 years ago, but I can't remember the name of the town. It was on the ocean.
Carlsbad?
No, what? No. Anyway, so does Journey Journey qualifying for classic rock? I have to actually recuse myself because I automatically have a negative thought about Journey.
Again, it depends. I mean, faithfully, that's not classic rock. Okay.
Yeah, the song matters.
No.
Okay, shut up.
No, Phil.
Scratch me because. Oh, good Lord. Is that, did you take that picture? That's a couple of jerseys. Hefty Lefty says, you know what else is a whole different animal? That bobcat that attacked that lady's cat. Ohio University Twitter response was great. Oh, yeah, I saw that picture. Phil sent it over to me. And I wish the camera had been wider because his husband and wife, I don't know why they were getting into the car. It seemed like he had a little plate of brownies and the wife had some animal, I don't know what, in a carrying case. And all of a sudden the wife just starts screaming like, ah, and a bobcat had jumped up and grabbed the back of her, like her sweater or something, just attacked her. The husband, not bad move by a man. He walked over there, grabbed that thing off her and was holding it.
Like a newborn baby.
Right. He's holding it, trying to keep it from scratching his face off. And he's like, you can hear him in the yard. He's like, it's a bobcat. Holy crap, it's a bobcat. He's like, he realized that he's in trouble because he's holding a bobcat. The next thing's about to F him up.
Yeah.
And I loved what he did. He threw that thing down.
Threw it across like a frisbee.
And I couldn't believe the bobcat jumped up and ran back after that lady.
I know.
And he's like, Ron, honey, it's a bobcat. It's a bobcat. And some other lady walking by came to try to chase, but I don't know what happened after that.
Well, because she's asking, what happened? What's going on? And he's like, bobcat attacked my wife.
Yeah, and all you can see, but the woman probably didn't know it was a bobcat. He just saw suddenly the guy who says, hey, good morning to you. Suddenly has just taken some kitty cat, was chucking it down on the lawn. She probably thought it was the family cat. She's like, what are you doing over there? It's an amazing video.
Wow.
Yes, it is. A lot of times Phil sends me stuff and I'm like, oh God, what's this? That was 2 thumbs up on that one. Now, by the way, I posted a video today. Did you see that?
Did not.
Have you seen the preview for the Fast and the Furious? So now it's just
number 9.
They've been to space. They've done everything.
They've been to space.
The Fast and Furious is just ridiculous. And now this new movie coming up, it's all about magnets. So they're like turning on magnets and cars are flying through buildings and stuff. It's just, they've run out of ideas and it's getting silly.
Hey, I was going to say, wait a minute. What were we before?
So then when I see this video of something that happened in Daytona Beach, Florida, I put it on my Twitter at RadioPal1580. So we've all wanted to do this. By God, I know I have. I've seen it on movies and thought, no way that's going to work. Saw it in the movie The Blues Brothers and thought that's hilarious. And then when that one car doesn't make it, they dropped it out of like a plane, like 3 miles up just for effect. What I'm talking about is the drawbridge. And, jumping a drawbridge as it's starting to open and it goes up like that. So, doing that big jump, and somebody actually did it Monday in Daytona Beach, Florida, just as the traffic arm gate came down to block traffic. A car plows right through it, busts the gate, just like in the movies, speeds up the bridge and jumped it as it was opening in like a SUV, like a soccer mom mobile. Fortunately for them, the bridge was only just a tiny bit open and they did get some air. Then they smashed the traffic arm on the other side and they drove away. Cops are looking for them right now. And as far as I know, they have not been caught. So if you want to see this video, you got to make it big because it's, those little traffic cameras aren't always the best.
Yeah,
but it's worth it. Yeah, go check that out at RadioPal1580. Going to take a break. We'll come back. I've got your On This Day in Big Georgia sports history. Plus, we got some Wheel of Sports. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention the Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at the Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
Pack your bags for an amazing trip. And our resort. A short walk away from shopping and fine dining. No. Let's try this again. Honey, I booked the vacation of our dreams. No. Getaway. Yes. Okay, honey, I booked the getaway of our...
Hey, sweetie, I'm home.
Here it goes. Hey, hon, I got a surprise for you.
No matter how you say it, your luxury oasis is just a short drive away to Hermosa Beach, California. Relax in one of Hermosa Oasis's beautifully appointed apartment home retreats. Take in our ocean breezes, panoramic sunset views, or stroll along 20 miles of oceanfront strand. All of our beach homes offer fully equipped kitchens, crisp linens, plus beach towels, chairs, and umbrellas, along with cable TVs and wireless internet throughout the home and oceanfront patio. You don't have to wait until summer to bask in the warmth of the California sun. Visit hermosaoasis.com. That's hermosaoasis.com. Save extra with off-season rates. Now anytime is a great time to get away. Visit hermosaoasis.com.
Okay, you're back to dining out, but there's dining and there's dinnertainment. Get ready for an amazing dining experience like none you've ever had at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. When it comes to Asian cuisine, nobody does it better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppan chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. It's not just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where delicious 7-course meals prepared right at your table with flair. It's a perfect choice for celebrations, date night, or a night on the town. Happy hour is always on fire and offered daily with specials on teppanyaki, sushi, cocktails, and more. Book your night of fun right now. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114. That's 480-607-1114. We'll see you there.
The Fanatic. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Daily Blender and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of the show may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Jeffrey O'Brien's mom.
I made a boo-boo. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And Ookla, you're right. Bad Reputation. That's Joan Jett, not the Pretenders. Did I say Pretenders?
You did say the Pretenders.
That's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Or was that a Runaways song? She was in the Runaways and then she was in the Blackheart, or Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Bad Reputation. Is that just Joan Jett, Randy? I can't remember.
Bad Reputation?
Yeah, is that just hers by herself, Joan Jett, or is that with the Joan Jett and the Blackhearts? I cannot recall the discography of that. Who was I thinking of the Pretenders? Oh, that's Chrissy Hynde. Sorry, my bad, Ookla. You're right. I'm wrong.
Joan
Moving
Jett
on.
and the Blackhearts.
So that is when she had the Black Hearts. Gotcha. 888-368-1580. And
Hey,
Boogie.
Jeffrey, it's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Thank you. I was waiting on that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Boogie has posted up his weekly picture,
There
and
we
I'm
go.
curious, where is that? That's some amazing mural. He's sitting there, and he is enjoying a bottle of Its Turn, so I can't really see what it is, but he's also got himself a little teeny little Clint Eastwood cigar there that he's smoking, and he's got himself his Arizona State University Sun Devils hat backwards. So I'll be curious to hear the story behind that, Boogie. Nice. That's actually a good picture right there. I like it when he goes out and does that. because it gives a little artistry, it gives a little, something, because when I put all those pictures on my wall in the office, that just makes it even better. So I appreciate that, Boogie. Thanks for that. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, jumping a drawbridge was the big opening stunt of Too Fast, Too Furious. How things have changed with that franchise. Can I be perfectly 100% honest? I'm so happy I have never watched a Fast and Furious movie.
Maybe if you watch one, maybe you'll like it and you'll get hooked, and you'll have to watch all 57 episodes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right. Fed Fan says, I knew a lady on my route that played golf with REO Speedwagon. She said they were really cool guys, actually. Yeah.
REO Speedwagon
on her route.
Yeah. She used to be a UPS driver.
So was my dad.
She also found a t-shirt that made her think of you. It says Pickleball Wizard. Life is good. And she says,
Wizard.
Saw that. It's dark blue with the words Pickleball Wizard. So nice. Boogie says that's next to the main ingredient, downtown Phoenix. The main ingredient. What is that? Is that a restaurant? Is that a bar? Yeah.
I think your tongue's clearing up now.
Yep. A Boomer Sooner sent me a picture. He's like, hey, Jeffrey, take a look at my Boomer Sooner wall right here. You like that picture right there? And it is. It's really nice. He's got a big sign that says this is Oklahoma Sooner country. And he's got Oklahoma Sooners. He's got a football up there. He's got an Oklahoma Sooner lawn chair. He's got his Oklahoma Sooner golf clubs, and he's got shelves and trophies and pictures. And I can see just over here to the right, the edge of the garage door track. She put you in the garage, huh? Yeah. Is that she's like, this is your place, man. This is your place for your Boomer Sooner stuff. All right. Here it's a nice floor, though. I gotta say, I do judge a man how nice of a garage floor he has. And that's nicely coated right there. That's a good floor. And by the way, I'm a little confused. This picture, he says, how do you like that picture of me throwing the ball around? And is that photoshopped? You did not play football for the Oklahoma Sooners. Come on, man. That's a good Photoshop. I'll give you that. Boogie says the main event in downtown Phoenix is a restaurant known for its drinks located in an old historical house along 7th Street. Good on you, my friend. Good on you. Good picture. The Jet says Boomer Sooner would be a lot cooler if he was a Husker fan. Oh, no. Here comes the fight. Here comes the fight.
Oh, boy.
Phil said, Fed Fan says, Phil, your dad was a UPS driver?
Now that I'm thinking about it, he's a postal service worker.
So he's a
USPS.
USPS.
Yes.
Got it. So he forgot and dropped the S. Sorry, Fed Fan. She said, well, you should have just left it there. She says, way too cool. I'll have to be nicer to you.
Yeah.
Now she'll have to be even nicer to you than that, because Phil's ass could go postal any minute.
Yep. Any second.
It's in his blood. Baker's Cocky Hen says, my son had a back injury when he was like 10, had to get a walker, and spent like 2 months in and out of Phoenix Children's Hospital. He decided to name it Paul. Too Fast, Too Furious, I suppose. He named the walker
His
Paul?
walker Paul.
Oh, I see. I got you. Yeah, that was really sad what happened to that guy. Ukla the Mock says, is Phil the chin ball wizard? What does that mean? Josh says, bad reputation, not the Pretenders. Yes, we figured that out. We got that. He says, by the way,
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
How about some Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever? Yeah, that's a good classic rock song, but he doesn't have a very deep catalog, if you ask me. So I don't know if I could do a whole day. Kiss the Cook says, Phil, that is blasphemy. Painful to my ears to even listen to you attempt to sing any Journey song. Shut your pie hole. Evidently, Kiss the Cook is a real Journey fan.
I guess so. It stands. Yeah.
Fighting Wampa says, I've never seen a video of Aaron Donald punching a man in the face, but I believe it would look like Gallagher hitting a watermelon.
Yeah, I believe it would. Yeah.
You are correct. Just a Tip says, Mountain is a great 70s band from New York City. Awesome music. Okay, we'll take your word for it. No idea, I guess. Boogie says, what do you call a really good high school football player in Oklahoma that's also very intelligent? You call them a Cornhusker.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Now it started.
Oh.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, I wonder if Phil's dad would give us free shipping and we could then ship Phil to Los Angeles so he could be with his stinking Lakers. People are really mad at you, Phil, about here's the thing. We had a couple of people who would heckle Phil on a regular basis, but most everybody else is like me. We like Phil. He's all right. And then as soon as he turned his back on the Suns, that's when all the Phil hate happened.
Yeah.
That's when everybody turned on you, Phil.
Yeah, that's when all the momentum shifted. It was nice. It was nice while it lasted.
How are you going to get this back? What are you going to do to regain the crowd?
Well,
how do you do this?
Let's reestablish next year. I mean, this year we already know it's a foregone conclusion that the Suns are not going to win anything of substantial note. I know, but I'm saying next year it's a clean slate. I'll see.
There's no clean slate. Here's the thing that you need to know. Yeah, the fourth dimension, they have a big, long memory. Trust me,
like
Randy. Am I right? These guys will remember this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. I hope they do.
You better hope the Suns go out early because if not, they're going to ride you like a borrowed mule.
Yeah, no, I hope that they do, because here's the thing is when I'm right, and if I come back on the Suns, they will know. They will have the respect and honor of having me be their predictor and leading them to the promised land.
I don't think they're going to be allowed to come back to the Suns, man.
No.
I don't think they're going to allow that.
Sure.
They will have me with open arms and arms wide open.
No.
You're going to need to let some time pass, I think.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, yep, my son photoshopped that. Makes me tingle all over. Well, that is a good Photoshop. You tell your son, thumbs up on that one. That's pretty good. He's like, wait, what? A Husker? What? What conference are they in? Should have never left the conference. What the hell have you guys done? The Huskers. All right. I did not mean to be, the octagon for this fight between colleges. That was not my intention. Kiss the Cook says, my neighbor played golf with Ian Pace of Deep Purple. He got mad at him when he said he didn't know who Deep Purple was. Okay, I don't remember the guy's name who was the lead singer of Megadeth, but he came down and was hanging around once at a studio I was at, and I didn't remember his name. And I'm like, Mr. Megadeth. That really pissed him off. Who is the lead singer of the Megadeth? I've already forgot his name again. The Jet says, Phil, you're making us hate you more, please. I know, he just keeps doing it to himself. Heavy Metal Maniac says, sorry, Phil, no coming back to the Suns. Once you jump ship, you stay with that stinking team forever. Forever a traitor.
Is it Dave
Mustaine? Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, he came down to Scottsdale, the studio, to do something. I don't remember what. But he didn't like that at all. I didn't mean to hurt his feelings. I just didn't. I'm not a fan. So sorry. Boomer Sooner says, our home series starts up soon. You guys suck. It's talking about the Huskers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not us. Pringle says, yeah, it's Dave Mustaine. Prison Wallet, Dave Mustaine. And yes, he's a giant butthole. He's still bitter about getting kicked out of Metallica.
So it's funny because he doesn't look anything like a butthole.
Boogie says, Huskers, they're in the Big Ten. Big Ten is twice the conference, the Big 12. Nebraska left the Big 12 because they're a smart university. Also, shut up, Phil. You can never come back to the Suns. Never.
Thank you.
Wow. And now here's Josh. He says, hey, true story. My wife used to babysit for the kids of the Twisted Sisters drummer. That is not even like 12 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Wow.
Kiss the Cook says, Promised Land. You can kiss the Promised Land right between my cheeks. Okay. Well, this is just getting weird.
You don't get a Husker and a Sooner mixed up. That just doesn't happen. No.
I'm just going to do this. Although it's funny, we're getting a lot of texts in now saying how much of a jerk Dave Mustaine is. All right. We got to do this. Thanks, Heavy Metal Maniacs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1983, Steve Garvey of the San Diego Padres played in his 1,118th consecutive Major League game, breaking the National League record held by Billy Williams of the Chicago Cubs. Garvey, whose streak began the year after his 74 MVP season for the Dodgers, extended the record to 1,207 games before retiring in 1987. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Wow, how about that? The National League Ironman, still not up to the 2,800 plus games that Cal Ripken Jr. Put in. Yeah.
Yep. Still, at the time, that was a cool thing. Steve Garvey lives in the Palm Springs area, Palm Desert, actually. And I'd run into him quite a bit at the Ralph's at the grocery store.
Is he within kissing distance of Dave Mustaine?
Those two things aren't even the same thing. What are you talking about? I was in Palm Springs, you knucklehead. Was that a song reference?
No, none whatsoever.
No, he was. I'm walking down the aisle, getting my fried chicken because I like the Kroger fried chicken. And I look down and I'm like, I'm getting myself some bread. I look over and there's Steve Garvey kneeling down at the very bottom shelf, kind of comparing two loaves of bread. And I'm just like, he's just like me. He's just like me, except for 1,207 games and being MVP and being an all-star in his first 7 seasons and
millionaire,
3 straight gold gloves. And he was the kind of guy, when I walked out, his vehicle was still running, just sitting there right in front of the Kroger, parked illegally. But his license plate, I think, said Garvey. Nobody was screwing with it. Nobody was screwing with it.
No.
That said, he seemed like a nice guy. He did seem like a nice guy. 888-368-1580. All right. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Phil, what are you doing this weekend?
Oh, much of the same. Just going to go around and play some games and just make some salmon.
You sound like you need to get a nap. You sound tired.
Do I sound tired?
Or are you just hurt from all the people who've been mean to you today?
Yeah, I've been thinking about my decisions about the Phoenix Suns, and you know what? I'm still proud of them.
You're not helping. Wow. Randy, what are you doing this weekend?
Well, I'm going to get that new smoker in action on Sunday. I'll smoke a new Boston butt and have a little pulled pork all next week. I'll bring you some in the office.
Oh, that's right. Nice. I can't wait. And my weekend, I overheard my wife telling the kids that we have a bunch of spring cleaning and honey-do list things. So I'm looking to fake an injury like LeBron James and Anthony Davis so I can sit out.
There you go.
Did they get recovered right on time for Monday?
I'm about to do some sort of a fall down the stairs as soon as the show's over.
Very wise. Very wise.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, Jeffrey, you're right about the fried chicken. I had some the other day. It was good. To die for. Wow. Oh, you must have got some of the good stuff. Well, guys, we're out of here. We'll have to talk about it later. See you on Monday, 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
If you own or work for a small business and you thought radio advertising was too expensive,